Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick. Thank you all very much for joining me here. Woo! My name is Bobby. You might have seen me a little bit in this event, and for that, I am so sorry. Ooh. But allow me to at least for you to give me about 20 more minutes of your time. This will go in a flash, black in a flash, actually. And yeah, and but before we do that, I want you to please get in your donations toward the Resident Evil 7 Madhouse incentive. Captain Ezekiel has been working incredibly hard at polishing his craft for such an incredibly difficult category to showcase on Games Done Quick. So please get your donations in toward that incentive. Help us reach higher milestones. We are almost to 500,000. Because of each and every one of you. Now with that all the way, I would like to give agency, give space to my commentary crew. These are the people that I have met and befriended over my 10 years of speedrunning in this community. So I would like the Castlevania veteran to go first.
I am deeply humbled and honored to be on Bobby's couch here. First time, just absolutely amazing. I'm ciphering, sorry.
Oh, it's going to me. That's super cool, I guess. Hi, I'm back after, several hours of absence. Surely, I am PT. I am your main problem in charge of Black in the Flash. It's been a wonderful time getting to know Bobby, meeting Bobby through multiple programs that we've worked on, and I am ecstatic that you asked me to be on your couch.
Of course, of course.
Hi, I'm Dragon Blitz. I play Castlevania games and a big fan of Bobby right there.
I'm a big fan of Dragon Blitz. All right, y'all, this is going to go incredibly quickly, so I'm going to need a lot of chat and also crowd participation. But first, can I get one trans rights?
Trans rights.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Yes. All right, we're going to be playing as Maria Renard, going through 8 stages, rocking, sliding, and rolling. And timing is going to be starting on character movement. Again, please get those donations in. I'm going to count us off. In 3, 2, 1, go.
And she's rolling.
She is rolling. So yeah, this is the first stage. So let's talk about a little bit of what you can actually see on the screen. She is an incredibly fast and floaty character with slides and with a double jump and with these birds and a lot more animal companions along the way. But Maria is an incredibly glass cannon-y character, so we gotta take really good care of her. We're gonna be opening up this shortcut, which will actually yield a different boss in different stages since we've gone this way. And so we're gonna be going up to this next boss, or rather this first boss, the Sea Serpent, the Snake, but we're gonna be doing a little bit of prep for the next oncoming stage. So we're gonna grab this sub-weapon, which I will not use until the next stage, grab these hearts so I can use them, do a little bit of a shell hop. That was a little bit of a teaser for the next stage, but right now we do have the Sea Serpent, the Snake, and if you can look in the background, maybe on that bottom panel, you'll see the Snake just lurking. But we are going to absolutely destroy this being with the Guardian Knuckle. This is Maria's sort of special ultimate attack. It's kind of like a fighting game where you have to input a lot of directional movement. Oh, but he is down in no time flat. Now, you might have seen me take a little bit of damage, and that is intentional. I'll explain that a little bit later, but I need the chat, I need the crowd to help me welcome our first orb! Orb! Thank you very much. There are many orbs throughout this game, so make sure to type in that orb. I want to feel your energy through that chat, through those absolutely wonderful donations we got. Stage 2, I hate taking the long way around, and the magical girl shall get what she deserves. I think this is going to be a pretty nice trick that will help us speed up this segment by skipping a lot of the stage. If we can do this a little bit correctly with our little turtle friend, this will be absolutely fantastic. So let me see if I can just set this up here.
This is a fantastic skip. Do not blink here. Jumping off into the left here. Definitely out of bounds. You are not supposed to be this low on the screen. And
there we go!
Art thou prepared?
You're not prepared for the water rock, but I am prepared for Kung Fu Fruit Cup to give me a couple of sweet donations, please.
Absolutely. We have $500 from Charbunny. Let's go. Who says let's go, Bobby? You're an incredible performer, and I love seeing you on stage. Good luck and have fun. Less than 3. Putting this to Madhouse difficulty because we have to see that. We're so close to 500K, and We are 63% of the way to that upgrade to Madhouse difficulty for RE7. Less than an hour to go. Let's keep it going.
I believe in you, chat.
25,000 left.
Do it. Let me get one more donation from you.
Absolutely. $50 from Kiosk, who says, good luck, Bobby. Maybe we can get a $5 donation train going for 500K?
Every orb you see, please donate $5 to Doctors Without Borders. All right, so, ow, okay, I said we had to protect her, so we're gonna be going into the Shell of Shame. And while we are in the Shell of Shame, we're actually completely invulnerable, but when we activate it and jump out of the Shell of Shame, we'll actually retain a little bit of that invulnerability
Nice.
to get that boss down pat. So this is a very classic Castlevania in almost every aspect of the speedrun. We're gonna be collecting a lot of hearts that count as our resources to use our sub-weapons or our animal friends, whether you're playing as Maria or Richter. We're gonna be keeping rocking and rolling. This guy's gonna be trying to post up on us, but we are just gonna be saying no to that. Coming up is a boss that has a little bit of an RNG proponent to it. Oh, please do not cook me!
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Please protect the magical girl, Maria. All right, so we're gonna be, again, collecting these hearts, and I'm gonna be positioning myself to this specific section, and hopefully my Guardian Knuckle can shred through the Dogether. Hopefully he doesn't move away. He does not move away!
Let's go.
And I know I said we can't put this girl in harm's way, but we kind of have to in order to speed up the ending, the stage clear segment of the level. So what it'll end up doing, and hold on, we have another orb! There we go. So, it's gonna spend a lot of less time counting down one life and the little amount of hearts that we have in order to go on into the next stage. Next stage, we're still in the kind of like alternate stages, which is really cool. Like I said, in stage 1, we can take little shortcuts that kind of alter our paths, alter the amount of or not the amount, but the variety of bosses that we face. And it's actually really cool. It's a bit of like a evolution to Castlevania 3, where you can kind of choose where to go, choose who to play, things like that. Earlier in this section, I did pick up another sub-weapon, which we will be using on the next boss, on like the next set. And but for this one, we're gonna be using a little bit of a tight quick kill sequence because again, I do kind of need to be hit so that we can kind of scurry on over to the next stage. And if I don't get hit, that actually adds a buttload of time because they want to give you a lot of really good rewards for a no-hit bonus, like congratulations, you did it, and like, that's fine. I've been doing this for like 10 years. I don't really need to see that anymore. So we're just gonna be able to skip on through to our next boss, the Doulahan. No setup really required in this section, but I am going to be picking up a little bit of a heart because, again, these sub-weapons of ours are incredibly expensive. So we want to make sure to accrue enough and carry them throughout the stage. All right, so let's see about this quick kill right here. Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
go.
Absolutely nice. And again, we got another really nice sphere. Chat. There we go.
Close enough.
Orbs.
Hey, at least it's not a dirty orb. It didn't touch the ground.
Did not touch the ground.
It's not.
Ooh, can we get a couple of donations as we scurry on through?
Absolutely. Okay, we have $25 from Stryker, who says, I'm doing my part. That's right, you're doing your part, putting those donations toward the Madhouse difficulty. We don't have that much time left. We have this run and one other run. I need more water, oh my goodness. For BioShock coming up next, I'm too excited about it. And we have $300 from Roroni Lone Wolf, who says, so close to 500K, let's go.
Incredibly close, like less than $2,000 away. If we can get the 500 with the magical girl, I would be so incredibly elated. And I know the folks at MSF would love to have sped on through to such an incredible milestone at the behest of, again, each and every one of you. That was the Portrait of Ruin, as I like to call it. Maria is also featured in the game Portrait of Ruin. But there's another little mini boss that can go a little bit awry. If you let it touch you, you will instantly perish, which We do not want.
No.
But coming on up, we're going to be grabbing another sub-weapon. And now this is actually an incredibly expensive one, but I like to call it the Big Dragon. And with this Big Dragon, we are going to fell the foe called Death. And I just need these flea riders to get a little bit out of my way.
It does not matter the Castlevania game. If you see that flea man somewhere on screen, it is a bad time.
Flea man and flying people just in general. Please.
They thought to themselves, birds are terrible, flea men are terrible.
Yes.
What if we just...
Combined.
Disgusting.
All right, as we climb up here, we're just be doing a little bit of a screen scroll trick. Maria's a little bit off to the left, which will cause this boss Death to spawn a little bit further to the right. And when I let forth this dragon, it'll give him enough time to build up that maximum speed for that maximum damage. Again, we kind of do still need to get hit every once and again. And all right, cool. So he's gonna be on to second phase. If you get hit with any of these orbs throughout the second phase, he will laugh at you and it will not be pretty. But we've successfully dodged those and he will go mega death mode, spawning that side. He's like, all right, I gotta do this myself. We'll do a little bit of a timing trick here. 2 Guardian Knuckle hits and he is down.
Very, very clean.
It has been an incredibly clean run so far, and we're honestly more than halfway through, everybody. Again, get those orb yells, but also, please, I want to see that $500,000 milestone raise. Please get your donations in right now.
I believe in us. We're less than 1,000 away.
Oh my God.
Oh, trust. You've got eyes on the sky on that one.
All right, well, as we do this, I want to hear a really nice pop-up, but before this, we are in stage 6. This is kind of like the boss rush segment of the game, of the route. You see the Dark Priest Shaft just trying to eviscerate, but we are not going to let him. But before that, there are a lot of foes that we need to put the hands to. Like the bat from Castlevania 1, we got big bats. And we're going to be taking this opportunity to collect all the hearts from the bat. Again, a callback to Castlevania 1 and all the classic Castlevania bosses. Much like Medusa, a couple, we're going to be stepping on forward. If we go a bit too far to the left, she'll jump over us. It'll be a little bit harder to fell her in no time flat. All right, who do we got? This boss rush, this gauntlet. Let's run the set. Coming up next, we have the Aquadon, a.k.a. the Mummy, trying to wrap around really quick, but that will be a wrap for the Mummy.
Yikes. It's almost a wrap for 500K. We're almost 500 away.
Oh, less than 500 away, folks.
Who's gonna snipe it? This is gonna be the final boss of the boss rush. We are gonna be able to show the Dark Priest Shaft that your money absolutely counts in the life-saving care of MSF.
Yes.
All right, so we have the Dark Priest named Shaft. I positioned myself here. Hopefully he jumps into the corner on the right so I do not have to chase him down with these Guardian Knuckles. What's it gonna be? Up.
Okay.
We love when you behave.
And there we go.
He couldn't dig it.
You got one desperation move. And this is actually a desperation move that can actually kill you, so you gotta be really careful. I only took 2 hits there. And we have another spherical object materializing onto the screen.
Orb.
And there it is!
Hey!
On the orb! Let's go!
Absolutely incredible! Thank you so very much. $500,000 raised.
I'm so happy you did that on the orb. Actually, perfection.
Perfect timing.
Right on
Perfection.
the orb.
Perfect timing. You love to see it.
And you know what? I need to hear a couple of these donation messages that catapulted us toward that milestone. Fu, take it away, please.
Absolutely. We had $5 from Kieros that I was going to try to get in there and be like, let's go hit that $500,000 and go even more past that. And we have done that. So let's keep it up. Again, 67%. We are 2/3 of the way there now for that Madhouse difficulty. Don't forget about that. Keep getting your donations in. And let's see that happen. It's coming up so soon. We also have $500 from Atarik, who says, good luck with the run, Bobby.
Much love to everyone involved. Again, you are making such an incredible moment, incredible impact, and thank you for that.
How about one more?
One more.
Let's do it. $50 from Earbox, who says, all hail the magical girl.
All hail the magical girl that can do no wrong as she attempts to right the wrongs of the Dark Priest and Dracula himself. And this is actually going to be coming to the end of Stage 7, where we'll have a rematch against a very, very vengeful spirit. I'm going to be picking this bird weapon on up just so that we can have enough DPS able to fell this fearsome foe. Now, I wonder who will it be? Magical Girl is like, what, 6-0 right now in Bosses Feld? Mini bosses don't even matter to her. Oh, but we have a familiar purple and green drape. We have the Dark Priest named Shaft, and we are going to be playing a little bit of tennis with him, going from the left to the right, and we are going to be unloading the birds like it's Hitchcock up in here. He is down. Shaft has certainly dropped the ball, but we have one orb that is materializing. Again, please, can we hype this up?
Nice.
All right, we are on the final level. And again, this goes by incredibly quick. This is such a really great accessible category for you to get into if you want to get into speedrunning. As part of the SGDQ Ambassadors program, we reached a milestone that I'm supposed to be cooking up a tutorial for this. So stay tuned on that. We have Dracula up here. Let's see if we can get a 3-cycle and put some birds in his face.
Oh, birds have entered the face. It's
All
true.
right, that was the first one.
Nice,
second one.
Nice. Very
All right.
clean. You love to see it.
All right. Playtime's over. Grant me power.
You know it's real because the background's gone.
Yeah.
This looks really familiar. I can't quite place
DB,
it.
I don't know if you have seen a scene like this before, but that's the final boss that is felled. This will be the final orb, and I want to thank each and every one of you for making this run an incredible, unforgettable moment. That is time.
Woo! What a run. Wow.
That was like flawless too. On the snacky box, no less.
Yes. Oh my Lord. Wow. I want to take this time to thank everyone that has been putting in those donations in so far, over $501,000 rate. You guys are absolutely incredible. I want to thank my entire community at the Brigade for having my back, even after a hiatus, even after IRL things just not really panning out. But I appreciate each and every one of you that lift me up, that give me the energy to put my best foot forward, to perform, to help out, to be prize red mage even. This is absolutely incredible to me. So I gotta ask, did everyone have fun today?
Oh. I think they had a good time.
Let me get that one more time. Did everyone have fun today? With that in mind, I need these folks to realize, especially you watching at home, that this is kind of like a privilege for us. We can have all the fun fundraising that we want, but remember that this is an absolute urgent cause that we are putting our best foot forward. Again, Doctors Without Borders is performing life-saving work around 70 countries around the world with food, with nourishment, with health. Again, any donation is such a great impact toward life-saving care. So if there's anything that you want to take away from me, is that you yourself have the ability to make that impact. You have the ability to change lives, people that you might not even meet in your lifetime. And that is such a great, wholesome feeling, emotion, experience to carry with you. So please, gdq.gg/donate. I really appreciate everyone here. I have been Bobby. This has been my wonderful couch. That has been an incredible crowd behind me. And there will be even more Summer Games Done Quick coming up on next. So stay tuned. See you soon.
And take it away I shall. All right, y'all. The moment you've been waiting for is almost here. Don't worry, Super Mario Bros. 2 is coming up right after this. but it's my time actually right now. So welcome to the Cool Kid waiting room. But really, welcome to Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon 2. My name is the Blacktastic. You can just call me Bobby. Thanks to the support from various donators and donors throughout the entire week, we've managed to come up with completing the Episode 2 Ultimate Incentive. Episode 2 is a campaign that alters boss techniques and makes them pretty harder with more HP and faster speeds. It's more of like a successor to the second loop, actually, of like NES Castlevania 1. It's just harder. So we'll actually get into a lot of the run for gameplay because there's a lot to get into. Veteran, 1 player, and time's actually going to be on character movement. So I'll count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, y'all. Again, welcome to Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. This game actually came out less than 6 months ago as the true sequel to the first game released back in 2018. So again, we're playing as the main characters on Getsu and outfitting him in the ultimate style. I'll get back into what ultimate means in just a little bit. But we also have 2 allies alongside us. One's actually Robert right here, and we can use his special ability to crawl through small spaces, rather. And we actually picked up his main sub-weapon a little bit earlier on, the big gun, the shotgun. Shoutouts to Vash TSB for the Blicky. But when teamwork makes the dream work, you can take advantage of a lot of like shortcuts that the game has and like cut down your time that way. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of teamwork making the dream work, not only through like, you know, their own physical feats, but also through their sub weapons. So yeah, that first one was named Robert. He's a marksman. He specializes in ranged weaponry, and we're gonna be seeing him a little bit later. The second one is everyone's favorite and goodest boy, Hachi, the corgi, who's in a Magitech mech from like Final Fantasy VI or something. Like there's a lot of lore to get into. Ooh, nice triple stack. We'll get into a lot of that along the way. In typical classic Castlevania fashion, we're just going to make sure that we're all topped up on our weapon points just so that we can have enough to burn down this boss. Actually activating the Zangetsu sub-weapon before I head into the boss room. The Devil Essence not only buffs all physical attacks by 1 point, but it gives me access to a special aerial attack, which Ninja Gaiden fans might find vaguely familiar. And with the massive damage of the Charge Slash, we're going to try to take this boss down. The cool thing about the Charge Slash is that it actually pierces when the mouth of the boss is closed. Actually, normal attacks can't hit it. But the Charge Slash actually does a lot of good work in getting it done. And in episode 2, like the bosses are a little bit spongier. Their attacks patterns are a bit faster, and as always, they have this little desperation attack, a la Rondo of Blood, and that was the Drago Symbiote, by the way. This is going to be like stage-by-stage progression, just kind of like staying true to Castlevania 3. So while we have some downtime, Game and Shout, we want to take it away with 3 donations.
3 donations, gotcha. Let's do a $50 donation in here from The Cold Mage. Hi, Bobby. Hi, GDQ. Let's get those hype pups in the chat. I've also got a $50 donation from Mary. Good luck on your run, Bobby. Sending good vibes for well-behaved bosses. I got my iced tea out. Let's get a record. And Evil Wraith has sent in a $250 donation. Gotta donate during Dracula block. May his reign of terror wipe those accursed Belmonts from the earth. Donation goes to Tazbot. All hail Tazbot.
That's right, and Tazbot's like one of the last incentives, or rather last immediate incentives for us to reach. So folks, definitely, especially if you're doing like a runner's choice, my runner's choice is definitely getting that Tazbot incentive met. There's not actually anything to talk about in like this stage, but I do want to get into like the specific category that we're running here, because again, like there's a lot going on. You just saw me like pick a whole bunch of modes before we went on to the speed run. So we're running episode 2. Episode 2 is a bit of like a continuation, again, second loop to Curse of the Moon 2. kind of like how Nightmare mode was in the original Curse of the Moon. Veteran mode seeks to preserve that sort of like classic Castlevania feel with knockback, and you have to really take care of your sub-weapon usage, and there's a live system and all that stuff. And then there's Ultimate mode. So Ultimate mode outfits Zen gets to with a whole lot of stuff. Like he not only does he have his special abilities from the first game, which is the double jump, the crescent slash, the charge slash, and the run. Obviously, we're running here. Haven't seen that in the Castlevania in a long time. But you also get some upgraded sub-weaponry that you can unlock in Curse of the Moon 2. Like, there's a lot of content that you got to go through. For this boss, Lubius, I'm going to be trying to show off a quick kill and a face skip, so you don't have to see like much of it. This is a speed run after all. But after I do this, I'll explain a little bit more, and after we read a couple more donations, I'll explain a little bit more about like the general like quick kill like tech here.
Does that call for donations?
1 second. All right, donation time. Go. 3 donations.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool. $100 donation in from Wellisar, making a donation for our favorite local speedrunner, The Blacktastic. Good luck on the run. I've also got $50 here from Athenriel. All the brigade is with you, Bobby. You got this.
Oh, look at these little stage transitions. Look at that good boy. Let me get some dog emotes. Your favorite dog emotes for the goodest boy, Hachi. 1 second. All right, so like the usual DPS strategy to the boss kills. The Devil Essence is incredibly amazing for burning down boss HP, especially in episode 2, where, you know, the bosses are a little bit spongier and a little bit harder to take control of with, you know, how fast they move and all that stuff. But when we're getting down to the specifics of it, the Devil Essence, again, buffs damage by at least 1. And then the Ninja Gaiden, the attack, right? When you perform that from a jump, it ticks for damage rather once every 17 frames. So you're getting at least like 3 ticks in of a whole bunch of damage, and you can re-jump to like kind of like reset that damage tick cooldown, like that. It's just really, really cool. Yeah, y'all thought this was a Castlevania? This is Ninja Gaiden. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Usually I do good on my word. I think I have lied to the folks. Like y'all thought. Look at that. That's a really nice that's going on. And that room is actually the introduction of a really unique mechanic. So those log platforms that were riding down the waterfall, those actually activate on a global timer as soon as you start the game, not the stage, but the game. And we're gonna be seeing a lot more like more perilous instances of trying to adjust to those platform cycles later on in the game, definitely in like stages 7 and 8. But coming up next is the third boss, Gladiator Dozer, and I just love Inti Creates for just like really giving this boss life. And again, we're gonna flame on right here. A subtle change from Curse of the Moon 1 into 2 is that when we're in cutscenes or like places where in-game time stops, the Devil Essence time doesn't tick down. So I'm just basically getting ready for this fight. Gladiator Dozer, this train Spartan thing with a flaming thing. I don't know how to accurately describe this boss, so I'm just gonna kill it now. How about that? Get that out of here. And also, we gotta make sure we are at this net 0 so the game doesn't spend time counting things on down at the end, because again, this is a speed run. I'm just gonna hide real quick. Thank you. And that was stage 3. Again, some more downtime, game and shelf, more donations. 3 of us.
3 of them, all right. We will start with a $12.30 donation from Sylvia S7. Bobby speedruns bring all the donors to the yard, and they're like, better donate more. Heck yeah, better donate more. He can teach you, but you gotta join Discord.
Bars. Go ahead, another one.
All right, let's take $50 here from Altana14. Bobbeigh running Curse of the Moon 2 Ultimate Episode 2 at AGDQ? Yep, we're in there. Good luck with the run, and thank you everyone for the week of speedruns keeping me distracted while I've been in COVID quarantine.
And hopefully all you folks are able to, be inside, and stay safe as we're, like doing this stuff. Like when it comes to like an online charity effort, like this is absolutely amazing. Like the amount of work that's gone into this so far. So definitely. Do we have another small one?
Yeah, I think I do. I've got a $10 donation here from Olympic. Let's go, Bobbert. Your brother wishes you well and love you.
Thank you very much, guys. All right, with this stage, I'm gonna. I might as well address the kind of like elephant in the room. You might be one to ask me, Bobby, this is a Castlevania. Like, Bobby, what the is Bloodstained? Come on. And I'm here to tell you, you might as well be treating this game as like the spiritual successor to Castlevania, if not like right in line with the series, you know. So once upon a time, there was a man by the name of Koji Igarashi, who went on to become director and producer of many of your favorite Castlevania games. He was a director for Symphony of the Night, all the handheld Vanias. He was a producer of all the 2D, 3D era, all the 2000 era 3D Castlevania games, like Lament of Innocence, Curse of Darkness, all of them. So this guy, in 2015, wanted to make a video game in his own vision. And that was with Ritual of the Night. Speaking of Ritual of the Night, we're actually going to come up to this boss right here, who is from Ritual of the Night. Almost slipped on my chair there. So this reimagining called Bloodstained, and there was a stretch goal, it was exactly extremely successful. And the stretch goal of a classic companion game, the Curse of the Moon, was met. So it was developed by Inti Creates. He brought in that team, and Inti Creates is a team of ex-Capcom employees, so they know their way around a like a modernized retro game. I mean, again, we have played Mega Man 9 on this stage before. And with all of that, and another tidbit, it took the team less than 6 months, or like around 6 months, to create the first Curse of the Moon. To glorious success, and then again being supervised by Igarashi, like Iga-san, along the way. So and another tidbit, one of Iga-san's favorite Castlevanias is Castlevania 3, what you folks just saw about a short while ago. So that's where we kind of like see all this inspiration of taking various elements from the classic Castlevania games, especially CV3, and putting it into this sort of like perfect package, especially with a lot of content. All right, stage transition and more donations.
All right, let's take a $25 donation here from Build. Robert has big guns. Katana Daddy runs fast. Hachi is best boy.
And that was probably the best haiku that I have ever heard.
There you go. I also have a $20 donation here from Pistol McAwesome. Always a pleasure to see my brother Bobby doing what he does best for a great cause. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Let's end cancer once and for all.
And again, like it can't be stressed enough. Like if you plan on donating the entirety of today, make sure you put that in towards that TaskBot does links Awakening DX incentive. You definitely do not want to miss it. TaskBot is a staple of the GDQ events here, and we would love to see that happen. All right, so we're halfway through the game. The stages get longer, the obstacles more arduous, and one thing that I really have to point out about like the design of this game is that it's extremely expansive. It kind of reminds me of like Castlevania Bloodlines, where like you're not only searching the castle or like the place of interest. You're going all around. Like we went from the frigid earth to the most magmatic depths. As we're seeing right here. Ooh, nice wiggle right there. And again, I was a little bit dishonest to you folks once again. the full category of this game is actually episode 2 ultimate bad ending. If we were to get the good ending, and like, again, here's how like expansive like the content gets and how more thorough and variant the playthroughs become throughout the episodes, is that we're supposed to have some sort of relic acquisition. 3 things to sort of unlock the true ending, or at least like the quickest way there rather. I just want to go fast, so I'm definitely not doing that, but it's okay. Like things will all work out in the end. Well, hopefully, because here comes one of the RNG intensive bosses. This is Lava Mandra. And he's going to do a couple of, peekaboos here. Oh, very nice double hit. A couple peekaboos here and there. And then we'll have the big phase where he shows himself. But it's actually in one of 3 patterns that he can get. Oh, we got escalators. The good old heads over tails. I'm just going to use that good old... There we go. Yeah, get back in there. Oh, yeah, also, there was big and then also gun. Don't worry, you'll be seeing a lot more of that in the next stage. The next stage is actually pretty wacky. Game and Shao, do you have any more donations as we transition stages?
Absolutely. I've got a $10 donation here from Brandon. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 is one of the absolute best games released last year, in a year stacked with great ones, so I had to donate during the Black Tassix run. Good luck, sir. Major props to GDQ for this excellent event as always, and may Hachi bless you all. I've also got Roleplay coming in with a $500 donation. Woo! Saying, good luck, Blacktastic. Don't forget to save.
Save early, save often. You do one more?
All right, let's do PT coming in with $25. Appreciate you, Bobby. Kill the run, show them those big guns, best puppos, and Diet Richter strats. I had to hit you with that at least once.
Not Diet Richter. Richter was like legitimately the worst of Belmont in Castlevania dumb. All right, like you can't sully my man's Katana Papa like that. I'm sorry. Oh, speaking of double jump, double wall hop technology, by the way. Love you, PT. I actually really do love this stage in its entirety. Like this stage and this plot is like, I don't know, like incredibly anime. Like, oh yeah, we're supposed to go to the castle and like see what that thing is. First off, let's go to the museum. Remember how we killed that last boss and it turned into bones? I want to see more of that, said Hachi or someone. So like we're here for some reason or other. So like it's definitely like, anime filler arc. Like, there's just a lot of nonsense going on, but you gotta love it. You absolutely have to love it, especially a lot of these enemy designs. And the stage allows you to, do little bits of technology, like good old backdrift right there. So you're seeing a little bit more Hachi. You're seeing a little bit more of the goodest boy. All right, here comes a really scary jump. I guess gotta wait for this platform to spawn. Ooh, 1, 2. A big gun, thank you. Big gun is so powerful. It's like no wonder it cost 6 weapon points. All right, coming up next is actually an incredibly RNG intensive part of the run. We're going to be coming up to Titan Kamun is his name. And the platforms that spawn for us to reach him are actually pretty static. However, the way that he moves and evades our attacks is completely random. He's going to spawn all the way up there. It's going to be, it's a tall coffin. It's a sarcophagus. Yeah, that guy. I'm gonna get some of these traps out the way. Like episode 2, like he throws absolutely everything at you. It is. Uh-oh. No, he's giving me the wrong pattern. I can't. No, come back here. I was not done with you. Hey, come back here. Only during the GDQ run. Only during the GDQ run. He's like, no. No, I don't think I will. But I do know what I think I will do is hand it off to Game and Shout for a couple more donations. What's up, buddy?
All right, give me a bit. I gotta stop laughing. All right, let's see here. I got Demise 1988 here with $25. I've been waiting for my hometown boy Bobbeigh's run to donate this year. Salutes to you and the brigade. I've lost 5 family members to cancer in the past 15 years, so here's $5 for each of them. Let's get this money going towards preventing anyone else going through those hardships and killing cancer. 2 million hype!
2 million hype, and thank you very much, Nick, local buddy, for sharing your story with us. Like thank you very much for your charitable donation. So this stage is actually probably one of the hardest stages in the game. So about those the global timer platforms that we were in stage 3, or that were in stage 3. Now I have to go through 2 entire rooms with death pits and spike traps, and hopefully I can make it through. Hopefully, please. I'll wait. I will absolutely wait. One of the most heinous screens to actually go through. That's okay. Teamwork making the dream work. Here we go. And in this stage, you're seeing a lot more of like the Magitech mech armor things. And someone kind of posed a pretty important question to kind of mull over. Is are those dogs in mechs too? I just want to think that they're like AI or something, but All right, here we go. The second RNG intensive, and apparently I did not hit a precise rotation that I wanted to, but that's all right. But you think that ends? No, here comes one of the hardest tricks in the game. Shoutouts to Laxus for finding this, by the way. See if I can make my way up here, rather. All in this frog hallway. All right, so we have to go to the absolute end here, and I gotta wait until these frogs stop spawning. Oh, just at the sole of my shoe. But and also first try. That is kind of phenomenal. All right. I wanted to make sure that I had a single sub-weapon. All right, cool. There it goes. Just have that sub-weapon, the Demon Essence, right before I hit this familiar boss. Yes, that familiar boss. Who is that?
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Gregory! It's and you're like, didn't we fight you in the first game? Apparently different moons have different Gremories. Oh my lord, please tell me I'm getting such a nice pattern here. Such a nice pattern, come on. Big gun. And now Gremory's gonna go with their desperation attack, and they are going to seismic toss a moon at me. I don't how are you even supposed to survive this? I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm hiding right here. I'm hiding right here until hey, Game and Shout.
Yeah.
Is it safe to come out?
I don't know, but I think somebody's gonna miss that.
Okay. All right, they're gone. But the donations are here, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Can you read them off for me?
Absolutely. Let's go with a $25 donation from Syal. I had to wake up so hecking early for this, but the hype is real. GDQ has been amazing so far, but I was looking forward to Bobbeigh's run the most. I've never seen someone make going fast look so heckin' chill. I've also got Ajiken coming in with $100. Hey, Bobbeigh, glad to see you running Bloodstained again after watching you practice all week. Everyone here in your hometown is rooting for you. Looking forward to seeing you at events when everything gets better. Incentive goes to the runner's choice.
And like I said before, you know we're all about getting that taskbot incentive met. You got one more for me?
Yeah, I think I can get one here. Let's take Allison with $25. Bobby, I get in a really good mood when I watch you. You sweeten my evening. Thank you. Greetings from Germany, and thank you, GDQ. I love you for all these great speedruns.
Thank you, folks, for the kind messages, and also thank you for, again, like the charitable donations. All right, this is it. This is the final stage, stage 8, and this is like a true test of the abilities. And yeah, Hachi is here in a tank, and that's why we're gonna use him as a tank. The goodest boy. The goodest boy. There are a couple of heavy climbs as well. Like this is the climb 1. Now, contrary to episode 1, where you'd have like a lot of like these locusts and termites kind of like pervading all this area, they're actually removed in episode 2, so we can use those indents that they come from, and just kind of like, you know, climb up that way, and that's climb 1. And we got 1, 2, big gun. And don't worry, we'll be good on health. And also the cool thing about Curse of the Moon 2 is that they're actual like pretty nice checkpoints throughout the entire stages. Okay, let's go up and climb 2. This one's also pretty chaotic. You're gonna use a lot of like wall hop technology, double jump, big gun, dump bump, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, big gun. That's right. And we're coming up to the final boss, and you might recognize this room if you've played like Ritual of the Night. Like, doesn't this remind you of the save room in any way? Not this room. So this room can be incredibly spooky as well. Let's gather what we need, and I'm talking about this room. Who could that be? Who could that be? Yeah, episode 2. I'm sorry we didn't even talk about any lore, but we're gonna save Dominique. We're trying to. That just means y'all gotta play the game for yourselves. Again, we're also a little donation prize of $5 minimum donation. You can get a PC Steam key of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. So get those donations in. Again, we're gonna be using that attack reset. That was a nice bzz. Also really nice bzz. That was not a good bzz. All right, and after that phase is done, it's going to be phase 2. Time's not going to be on the final hit. It's going to be on whether I get to save Dominique or not on the final area. Oh, this is actually really hectic. I'm gonna sponge some damage here because I'm pretty low on it. I'm pretty low on it right now. All right, we're good. All right, time will be up soon. After we attempt to free Dominique from the clutches of Mephisto. Mephisto was his name, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm just so forgetful. 3, 2, 1, and time. And that is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, Episode 2, Ultimate. Bad ending. We're looking a bit disheveled. Zangetsu's looking a bit mad. Corgi's just taking a nap, but don't worry. In the next episode of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, we'll probably try to make some things happen. But hey, that's all. That's my time here. Thank you very much for being entertained. I hope I entertained everyone here through this run. Definitely take a look at the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon or Ritual of the Night series if you're looking for something new. It was definitely, again, this was 6 months old. But that's it from me. You know where to find me. Keep donating towards TaskBot. I'll be in the chat. We'll see you soon.
And if it's Bloodstained, you're definitely going to be seeing me on here in some way, shape, or form. My name is DBlacktastic. You can just call me Bobby. And let us introduce the entirety of this couch of Bloodstained fanatics such as I, starting with you.
All right. I am McDices. I ran this game once. I met Bobby while I was on the couch. And now Bobby's much better than I am. I just put him to shame every time running. So I'm happy to be here.
I am Dan the VP, and you'll be seeing enough of me later on. How's it going, Brooke?
Hi, I'm Brooke. I'm friends with a guy who came up with a lot of strats, and also I did a few runs, so I know a good bit of technical stuff about this game, so yeah.
Yeah. Again, you were supposed to see this last year, but honestly, it might be a silver lining that you get to see it this year, because there is a lot of new alterations to routes, a lot of zips, doors not existing. We'll get into that. First off, one, thank you very much for having the any percent ultimate with out of bounds incentive met. It's going to be really cool. Second of all, we are just under $4,000 or around $4,000 away from that bonus game number 2. You already saw the interview. You already know how hyped this crowd is for Dragon Blitz playing Symphony of the Night. So get those donations in. Remember.
Let's go.
Remember. A minimum $25 donation throughout this entire Bloodstained block will enable you for a chance to win things like the Morning Star, Trevor Belmont's Morning Star from Castlevania. You saw display all that.
I saw you spin it.
Yeah, you saw me spin it. All right, well, time's gonna be on character movement. I will let the producer know. But first off, let's go into a little bit of lore about what this game's all about. There once was a man who had been given the moon's curse by demons. That man was Zangetsu. Okay, cool. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, so first off, you're going to be seeing him dash. This is an ultimate exclusive tech. I guess we should explain what ultimate mode is. Ultimate mode is a mode you get when you beat the game and kill all your party members, I believe.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a new game plus, and there are a bit of prerequisites to unlocking the mode. So you're basically seeing the new game plus mode. So with teamwork making the dream work and Zangetsu at his ultimate ability, you're going to be seeing this done in hopefully under like 25, 24 minutes or so. So the special abilities that Zangetsu has from the jump. Well, he has 3 of the soul arts that you can acquire in the normal game. You have a double jump, you have a run, which makes this look a little bit more like Ninja Gaiden in Castlevania. And you also have this really nice crescent slash, which can cover a lot of space with this pretty generous hitbox. This is actually a really, relatively short stage just because we have the ability to run everywhere. But I'm doing a little bit of preparation before the boss fight. I have weapon points, which kind of serve as your hearts here, like in Castlevania. And they will enable you to use a sub-weapon. We currently have the ball and chain sub-weapon, which does about like 7 damage or so at the current moment. And we're gonna be using all of this weapon energy to fell this boss, but only in conjunction with the ultimate special ability, the Charge Slash. If you're a fan of Mega Man, you let rip this incredibly large slash. Does a lot of damage, but there's a trick to it.
Yeah, do you want me to talk about aura?
Sure.
And in the double hit?
Yeah.
So every time Bobbeigh unleashes his charge slash, not only does the slash come out, there's what we call the aura around it. And that aura does just as much damage as the charge slash. So you can get double. Wow, amazing.
That's the boss fight.
Go.
Well, 145, 146, you can stack the hitbox inside of the hurtbox multiplicatively. And the bigger the enemy's hurtbox is, the more of a chance you're actually gonna be getting for that massive DPS damage. So you've seen double stacks here, which probably add up to around like 24, 25 damage. But later on in the run, there will be massive chances for massive damage on here. Before we get onto some donations, let me introduce the first character that we're actually going to be coming upon, which is Miriam, who you might know as the main character of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. She is a shard binder, but you're not going to be seeing much of those sorts of spells here, because once you pick up an ally, they have their own innate abilities, they have their own sub-weapons. It's actually really cool. And once we get the full party together, things are about to get incredibly broken. But first, go ahead.
So one thing Bobbeigh's going to be doing right off the jump in this room is his first door jump. So Miriam's jump height is higher than Zangetsu's. Combined with Zangetsu's double jump, you can just jump over the door. Yeah. And that allows you to skip the door animation, saving about 3 or 4 seconds every
actually
door.
5 seconds.
Is it 5?
It is
every single door.
Seconds. So if people weren't as generous and did not donate for any percent ultimate, we would be spending a lot of times turning that knob.
Yeah,
that is out of bounds. Yeah.
All right, but as you can see, Miriam also has a long jump, and we actually do use that in conjunction with not only the double jump, but a couple of other special abilities found throughout the game, which we'll pick up a little bit later. But we have room for maybe 1 or 2 donations as we head on over to the boss.
Absolutely. I have a $500 donation from Dr. Bob Castic. Yeah.
Give it up.
From the 4th row in the audience, from one tastic Bob to another, shout-outs to Bobby for this Bloodstained run. Thank you so much for your donation. I also have a $50 donation from Mech Analyst Tom, Bloodstained, Bobby the Blacktastic running, Nicole Goodnight hosting, all for Doctors Without Borders, and a spicy SOTN randomizer soon to top it all off. Such an amazing combination, and my excitement cannot be contained. Thank you so much for that donation. We hit our goal, so we're seeing randomizer. Thank you all so much.
Let's go.
Thank you folks very much for getting that incentive met. You folks are absolutely awesome. There are a couple more incentives that have been opened. Step Mania incentives as well. Katana, 0, upgrading to the hard mode. Get your donations in right now, please.
All right, so this is Folklore, probably the hardest quick kill in the run. Bobby's gonna stun Folklore using the holy water, whatever it is, slash a bunch of times, throw another holy water, and then switch to the giant axe, which does 25 damage and nice.
Let's go.
There we go.
That is not an easy quick kill. That's a huge reset point if you're grinding RTA runs of this game.
Absolutely. It's a mainly like 7 to 8 second time loss if you let Folklore transition into the next phase, and it's just a whole bunch of jargon from there on out.
I want to see that axe. Next prize segment, I want to see that one.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty big axe, though.
Yeah, I know.
That's the BAA right there.
I think Sint can handle it.
Yeah, he could.
Another thing about that quick kill that's so good is it uses the exactly 30 weapon energy. So we want to end every stage on 0 weapon energy because it counts down, and it takes a couple frames for every tick of weapon energy.
Yeah, absolutely. The routing for this, especially for weapon point energy, is going to be a little bit tight, especially in these next couple of stages. We just picked up Alfred. He's a little old geezer, but it's fine. He is a incredibly powerful sorcerer, and we're actually going to be using, well, I guess only 2 of his special moves today. But you will see how much utility they will actually earn you a little bit later in the run. But for right now, again, we got Zangetsu, Katana Daddy, doing his jumpy, flippy, slicey thing.
Yeah, I think it's important to point out we're going, certain ways in each of these levels, and they're really designed around giving you options. And with Bobby having all of the abilities from the start, he can get to places that we're really not designed to be at right now, which is a huge part of routing every single one of these levels.
Oh yeah, like, especially for like this screen coming up here, you actually get a little bit of breathing room to deal with this crusher that will deal a massive amount of damage to you. But hopefully, with not with non-shared HP bars, hopefully we can get this through in 1.
Hey, what's that Bloodstain right there?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's Bloodstained. You're gonna be seeing a lot of those here.
Nice.
Let's go.
Really good crusher skip there. Thank you. Coming up next is gonna be like one of the most like fabulous looking bosses in the game. If you play Ritual of the Night, you probably wouldn't see him in like this sort of splendor, but this is Veil 4. Now, Veil 4 has...
you knew, because I forgot.
No worries. Veil 4 has 2 methods to be damaged, but with the power of the Ice Axe, you'll see. And a 1.
So the big thing right here is that if you attack the head, you do double damage, and the ice also doubles that damage. And then the BFA here does a lot of damage, and Bobby's already killed him. He's already dead. We did it.
Yeah, you call that Donkaru.
Yeah, so for reference, the head does double damage, and the freezing the enemy causes the next hit to deal double damage. So the axe's base power is 25, so times 2 times 2, that's 100 triple-digit damage.
Yeah, especially for no out-of-bounds categories, the Ice Axe main method for disposing of enemies is super key. But thankfully, you get to see a little bit of variety within these stages as well, because after this, actually rather, right now as we grab Jeeble, again, things are going to get a lot glitchy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So before I hand it off to Nicole for donations, this is actually a really, really short stage. So... but it's also houses one of my favorite bosses, and it has been. Thank you, we love you too. Let me tell you, the live in-person crowd at a Games Done Quick event is beyond compare.
Yeah, I haven't had the privilege of being on the couch in 4 years, and it's so good to be back. Thank you, everyone.
I'm gonna try to do a double slide here. Nice for Miriam.
Yeah, so Jeeble, the character we just picked up, doesn't get any sub-weapons, but he can turn into a bat, and that's going to come into play really quickly.
Yeah, this is our definitely not Alucard. Doors don't exist. And we would have a pretty more lenient weapon round, but we actually don't because this is halfway through the stage, right? But if we do this.
Yeah.
All right, everyone get ready for it.
We are now at the end of the stage.
Let's go.
Everybody knows about the double dragons. Whenever they open their mouths, I want the audience to go woo. Can I get a woo from the chat? And momentarily, now. Woo! Thank you very much. Teamwork making the dream work. Frost Caliber, and a 1, and a 2. Make them go woo! We switching back to Zangetsu because you know what it do. Again, with the charge slash, we have the ability to potentially gain multiple stacks, and that's what I'm hoping for here. Another woo! Woo!
Nice.
That was a 2 stack. That was a 3 stack. A little bit difficult.
I don't think I can make that sound.
There we go.
Oh,
And that's the cool thing too about the teamwork making the dream work. If you are in danger or in peril of losing a member, you can always swap to another member who has a more full HP bar to work with. Nicole, can you get a couple donations out there, please?
Absolutely, I can, Bobby. I have $10,000 from the UK. Yeah. Hey all, Yeti here. We wouldn't be the Blacktastic's #1 fan if we didn't donate during his amazing Bloodstained run. We've waited a year for this magic on the GDQ stage. Here is 10,000 library cards just for you, buddy. Thanks to everybody who has supported our official SGDQ collection. Your orders of our tees and merch make these donations possible. Hi, Pen. Hi, Jack. Thank you so much, the Yeti.
Thank you, Yeti. Everyone say thank you, Yeti.
Thank you,
thank you, Yeti.
Yeah, I bought the official SGQ shirt. It's awesome. Definitely check out their collection.
Yeah, runner shirts are dope. The merch here is dope. Make sure.
Dude, the Darkest Dungeon shirt. I gotta shout out the Darkest Dungeon shirt.
Absolutely. All right, so we got a couple of revised strategies for this. I'm actually not gonna hit here, or I'm gonna get hit here.
Thankfully, there's a backup health right here.
Yep. That I'm not gonna take.
Oops, that's fine. All right, so he's going to be setting up for the first zip here. Prior to 2023, we did not zip here. This is a new development courtesy of Jupiter Climb. I don't know if we have any Jupiter Climb fans in the crowd, but
I'm sure we do.
Yeah, that's my guy. But yeah, we're out of bounds now. That was a different type of out of bounds using Miriam's sickle. Basically, you get into the wall and you pop out, and that skipped about half the stage, the first half.
Now the next zip is actually a lot more difficult for me actually.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need a little bit of serious time as we we'll pick this up for Zangetsu, but also get ready for this zip. This is the only door that we actually have to go through. I want to show it off. Like we can actually go like right to the boss with it, so I want to show it off. So there might be a little bit of time bled, but don't get out of here. Should be better. Yep.
Nice.
Let's go.
And that's a strat that's developed from the Nightmare mode. Yeah, which is where it was originally came from, and it was adapted for Ultimate.
I like how you fell to the top of the boat.
Yes, you fall down to the top.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Anyway, Dan, what's the gimmick of this boss here?
So incidentally, we don't have the axe anymore, which means we have to do, wow, that was a good fight.
The gimmick is that it died.
So there's a little bit of a trade-off when using weapon points to zip and weapon points for a boss. Since the zips make this an incredibly short stage, we kind of have to resort to Zangetsu only strat. So this is the kind of like really nice like route adjustment to the 2023 route for 80% Ultimate, just because like a lot of strats have been taken from many other categories of Bloodstained, and like it just so happens that it works here flawlessly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was a pretty good stage.
So much of routing is where you can pick up the sub-weapons and then what you do with what you have. So, you know, one small change can completely deviate a level.
Look, you don't have to talk about your run. We're going to see that next, all right? We already know about you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love that.
You're the one who doesn't have the axe anymore.
I'm going to get the axe back. Oh, actually, I don't think I am. Never mind. No, don't clap for that. Misinformation.
So we did just pick up
Me when I spread
the
it.
Power Glove. It's so bad, but it's actually good. Sorry, that was a bad joke. But it increases base damage of everything by 1. So yeah, it's handy for the final boss in particular because we're going to be taking them down with just a sword.
If you look throughout the stages, you'll see these little skeleton guys with signs just pointing where you should go. And in this game, like, they're mostly correct on like the fastest ways. However, if you play Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, the way that they'll point is the actual like progression for unlocking other modes in the game. But so you're not gonna be seeing a lot of those extra modes like here, but it's a lot of replay value for unlocking a lot of modes in Curse of the Moon 2.
Also, Bobbeigh just went through the floor with Jeeble. That trick is like so hard, and he did it while talking. And like, it was no big deal. And I'm so amazed that he just did that.
It's a pretty like kind of heinous part of the stage because lava will instantly one-hit kill you.
Yeah, it's good to point out.
So hopefully, and these bats can be jerks as well, much like the birds and ender lilies. So
birds and frogs, man.
See, I almost got damage boosted into the door that I almost had to open.
Yeah, you can get hit and forced to open doors.
Yeah, all it takes is that little position trigger. Speaking of positioning, this is Bloodless. That's going to be coming up next. And the positioning of the platform umbrellas that she spawns will be different horizontally. They'll be the same height. So we want them to kind of line up on top of each other just so we can have an easy avenue of jumping up there and providing a lot more DPS. So let's hope. Come back here! Oh! Yeah, once you get super high up there and you don't have much of the platforms, like this is
still a one cycle. Let's go.
Yeah, this is the one RNG intensive, kind of like the worst boss in the game if you're actually trying to grind down your time. There's not really any known way to manipulate how the umbrellas appear or anything like that. You're just gonna have to eat it. Nicole, one donation? I think we have time for one.
Absolutely. I have a $10 donation from Red Magus Clawmas. Looking forward to another fantastic run by the Blacktastic. Let's show Bobbeigh how the brigade supports Doctors Without Borders. Thank you so much for your donation.
Thank you. This is also another one that's been slightly changed here. We used to do an out of bounds a little bit later in the stage, but and this is why we're going to be stocking up on a whole bunch of weapon points now, but because we're going to be trying to go for the zip a little bit earlier, a lot bit earlier, actually.
It's a nice side effect of Jeeble as well, not getting any sub-weapons. You can break those blue lanterns, which would normally give you sub-weapons, and you always get weapon points with Jeeble.
All right, let's try this. I think I got it. There we go. Now this will attempt to force you all the way down, so you gotta hold up and right in order to land all the way over here. And this is the altered route. It's a lot shorter than I would have imagined. And it just, like, this game is awesome. I really hope that you folks can be able to like pick it up for like on like a Steam sale for like $5 or something. Because like,
this game does go on sale often. So
if you love like the sort of Castlevania 3 vibe, I mean, like, Koji Igarashi, like, the main sort of inspiration for this was, like, kind of having, like, an improved Castlevania 3 to work with. So, you see a lot of the similarities there.
And to get this as a Kickstarter incentive is just insane.
Getting a lot of love. I was going to say in the chat, and that's how you know I'm, like, online a lot. All right, but all right, now we've reached pretty much the end of the stage. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up all my weapon points right here because we have a pretty...
Yeah, one thing we didn't mention actually is during the stage 4 out of bounds, we skipped the other weapon up. So we're stuck at 30 max for the entire run with the out of bounds.
Yeah, you only have 30 to work with. But again, we got Katana Daddy, we got the Ice Axe, and we got good old Charge Slash. One and, oh, ow, 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 ow. There we go.
All right.
This is the most anime boss desperation move, like out of a JoJo's anime. Just, oh, no, 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 no. Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Clap.
We got one more stage left.
Yeah, this time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
Time flies
Have y'all
when
been having
Bobby
fun
is-
yet? Thank you. First of all, thank y'all folks for having, for being on the couch with me. Are y'all having fun out there? More Bloodstained, more Vania coming at you right after this. This is stage 8 and the final stage that we'll be going through, and it is a test of strength and endurance, and also we're going to be picking this up for Alfred. Again, there's a lot of utility for movement and progression to be found within those two spells alone.
I love that skip.
Yeah, so that's a really cool trick.
Go down to go up to go down.
Yep.
You have to hold up to get on the stairs there, even though you're falling and you want to go down.
And also, you just die if you miss it, so.
Oh, yeah. Just completely.
It's much riskier than it looks.
Yes.
Yeah, activating this fire shield will actually negate all of the damage that the Locust there would actually inflict upon me, which is really cool. And again, teamwork making the dream work, protecting each other, just like friends should.
Something I want to mention is a lot of these enemies you're seeing go down in one hit. That's because of that aura mechanic with the sword, and Bobbie's getting double hit stacks on them. They would not go down from just one even charge slash. It's because he's timing his slashes so well that they're able to go down in one hit.
And it's all the internal clock Bobbeigh has to have to know when the slash is charged, because you can't always hear or notice the blink there. It's really impressive how he has mastered the move, not only the movement, but also combining the charged attack with all the secondary weapons.
It's been a lot of years of Bloodstained, not only like here on GDQ, but like a lot of the old and new blood of retro NES games just like really love this game. Like the person that actually inspired me to take on Ultimate was a highly prolific retro speedrunner known as Toad. If y'all know Toad, shout outs to Toad, because like that was the gateway for me to be so engorged with this series. This is Gremory, phase 1 of 2 for the final boss, and we're going to make it happen. All right, some charge stacks. We're also gonna flame on so we can get these locusts out the way. And hopefully the fire shield actually does a whole bunch of other damage too. So we are just completely stacking instances of being inside and outside of Gremory's hitbox. And hopefully they'll go, there we go.
Nice.
Hopefully they'll go down.
With this being a 2-phase boss fight, you really have to, you have to weigh where you want to spend your weapon points. So having Alfred's shield there to
Especially
stack the damage.
Especially in 80% because of that 30 weapon cap.
Yeah.
In no out of bounds, you get a little more leniency because you have 40 max.
And now it's time for the
But
most
you
important
donated to
part.
make it harder.
We're gonna cleave the moon.
Leave the moon! The night shall be no more.
Until the sequel.
Until the... You have to spoil everything, Dan?
Well, there's more than one moon out there.
Oh, well, you're right.
You know, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Anyway, cleave the moon!
Y'all are absolutely great. Fantastic. Again, this is phase 2. We're using Charge Slash and this little bit of ball and chain energy that I have left because the hurt box of Gremory is just so high. Time is going to be on final hit. Should be like in 1 or 2 or 3 more if I can just... There we go. Time.
Let's go.
32.
Let's go.
That's super nice. That's a minute over my current PB. Honestly, hold on. Bloodstained 2023 has been kicking off in extreme fashion. So many people have been picking up so many categories across those 3 games alone. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 1, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, and Ritual of the Night. A lot of people have been going to work on top times. Jupiter Climb has been like one of my #1 rivals for pushing this time down as far as we've gotten it with the current strats, and there's going to be a lot more to witness with Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Thank you very much, everybody, for viewing this alongside us. Thank you for getting those donations in. We unlocked everything that we can from the Bloodstained block, but there's still a lot more. Not only are there prizes, but check that website for those incentives as well. Does my couch have anything to say for sign outs?
YOB, you're a Bloodstained, baby.
Been a treat, man.
Thanks for having us.
Every time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Again, did y'all have fun? Woo! And y'all are gonna have some more fun here with Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. Keep those donations rolling, because we'll be right back in a bit. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Looks like we are live and we are living. Welcome back, everyone, to Summer Games Done Quick 2020 online, benefiting Doctors Without Borders. All week, work for better or worse, you are stuck with me for the next 25 or so minutes. So, my name is The Blacktastic. You can just call me Bobby, and we're going to dive into Bloodstained Ritual of the Night like you haven't seen at a Games Done Quick event before, especially now since you see this right in front of me. You guys have donated so much to the incentive of the Hitbox hand cam that we're not going to be playing on that. We're not going to be playing on that. We're not going to be playing on this. None of that. We're going to be playing on a good old Hitbox, originally made for like fighting gamers, but I've used this for speedrunning. So let me get all set up with the speedrun mode of this, and then we can just head on into it. So time's gonna officially start once I count down and movement begins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So much like the previous game that you folks witnessed, where Curse of the Moon was kind of like a nod to the classic Castlevania 3, Ritual of the Night is more of a spiritual successor to the modern Castlevania titles like Symphony of the Night, Aria of Sorrow, and what have you. Ritual of the Night does share quite a few assets, like this kind of looks a little bit like Stage 5 from Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, the Gallia Minerva, like you saw Starwind go through. But we're definitely going through it at an extremely quick pace. So Zangetsu's equipped with a whole bunch of abilities that we will get into a little bit once we get some more freedom. Gallia Minerva is actually like a pretty short level, and I'm doing some pretty precise movement right here. So Ritual of the Night was released earlier in last year, actually. However, this game's been updated with a plethora of content. Not only do you get a fully featured randomizer mode, but you get this guy, Zangetsu, a little red samurai guy, also voiced by David Hayter, the guy, you know, the voice of Solid Snake from glorious games like Smash Brothers Ultimate. This is Vetbar, and she is down. Good old first boss. And now, the setting's a little bit weird here because the music drowns out. But while the music grinds to a halt, let's fill the air with the sweet vocals of our host, who hopefully has a few messages in store for us, Nicole.
I sure do. I have a $50 donation from our friend Mary. Hey, Bobby, have you thought about becoming a hand model? Sending tons of love to both you and Nicole. Good luck on the run. Thank you, Mary. You're so sweet.
Aw, shout outs to Mary. Let's get two more in.
All right, we have a $20 donation from CMAC24. Been watching ever since 2018. Thanks to my fiance getting me hooked. Thanks, Chesney. Love you. Thank you so much for that donation. That's so sweet. And then we have another $20 donation from Echo025. With everything going on, it slipped my mind that it was this time of year. Take my money, please. Thank you so much for the donation. It's going to an amazing cause.
It really is, and hopefully you guys are finding a little bit of respite in all this video game entertainment coming your way and all week long. So let me get into a little bit of mechanics about Zangetsu. He's kind of built like an EX character or a special character in like Symphony of the Night, like Richter in Symphony of the Night, or like Julius, where he kind of feels like a fighting game character. He's equipped with like an array of special moves that not only zip him throughout the castle, but do massive damage to enemies, burning down the bosses, and also getting a little bit of invincibility. And this little bit of tech that I'm doing is actually, I'm chaining slides and canceling with the backdash motion. The backdash is an extremely broken move when it comes to Zangetsu, because not only does it move you through enemies and all that stuff, but it's completely invincible. And when we cancel that into the slide, we retain a whole bunch of invincibility from that backdash. Speaking of special moves, again, this is the third boss, Craftwork. We're just going to be in this guy's hitbox, hacking and whacking and smacking. And we're using all of these special moves that require a really, really lot of mana, or MP, the little purple bar that you see at the bottom of my HP. So what we do after the boss fight, you saw me doing a little bit of galloping there, is that I'm whiffing dive kicks, because whiffing dive kicks restores a flat amount of MP, a small amount. However, if you hit an enemy or an object with it, you gain a considerable more amount of MP. So the route of this is just basically keep topped up on your mana so you can be able to move effectively throughout the stage, do this little whirly bird right here, woo! And effectively burn down the bosses. So not only do we have MP restoration tactics like that, but a little bit into the next screen, we are going to be picking up an item called the MP Max Up, where not only does it restore our MP to max, it actually increases our capacity, which is actually really, really good for the ladder bosses. This is the Hall of Termination, and I'll go into a little bit into the category that we're playing. This is any percent normal, no major glitches, and for Zangetsu mode, well, let's see. So normally, if you were to play this as Miriam, you would have to go from boss to boss, a certain boss to a certain boss, getting the sort of like, relics and items for progression. Zangetsu isn't about any of that fluff. It's just from point A to point B, and you just have to defeat the bosses, but you can do them in any order that you so wish, which is why that you see him a little bit earlier on. As we're backtracking and going on to the second, well, rather not the second, but the fifth boss, let's get a small donation, and if possible.
Sure. I have a $20 donation from Mr. Toasty. What a horrible night for a curse, but an awesome night for speedrunning. Thank you so much, Mr. Toasty.
Thank you. Again, the name of the game is to keep top up on your MP, and like right after Jeeble, who we thought was an extremely easy boss, actually comes up is Bloodless, where we kind of want to mitigate the RNG that she does by inflicting as much damage as possible within her starting phases, which will actually cause her, oh, I kind of messed up there, which actually causes her to go into her Bloodsteel phase, where you actually, she regains all of that blood that you spilled, and you actually end up having to, burn it down again. But actually coming up is a pretty quirky boss fight, and you definitely have seen this boss before. Actually, you've seen a lot of these bosses before. It's Andrailphus from Curse of the Moon. But if you notice there, I actually imbued my katana with the power of lightning. Zangetsu can imbue his katana with 3 elements. We actually only use the fire and the lightning element for this speedrun. Unfortunately, the ice element is just not really all that useful. But I digress. Again, we're going to be keeping topped up on the mana and just showing really great display of Zangetsu movement. Again, he's given double jumps. He's given infinite air movement. You don't really need any special items or whatever to access these bosses or access these stages. So the cool thing about Lightning Element is not only is it a weakness for Andrailphus, but the special attack of the Lightning Element actually ticks for more damage more often than the other special elements. So we use this in oncoming boss fights, especially for Andrailphus, because the more an enemy gets damaged, they're more susceptible to getting stunned out of their animations, skipping their attacks, and keeping them from flopping around. So we want to stay, literally as close to them as possible, leave them on the close ground, and burn them down effectively. So this is actually an indie game. So if you see the portraits that are like popping out back there from like time to time, those are actually like Kickstarter incentives. So people actually pay to, alongside the development of this game, to have themselves featured on on those little portraits. Or you see like little live action, dog heads or cat heads. Those are also, the pets of people that donated to the Kickstarter. So again, because of all of that, and because of your guys' pouring support, you guys actually made this game happen. Not only did you make this game happen, but you guys made Curse of the Moon happen with such resounding support. And then we got a little gear clip. Did you actually know that, I mentioned this earlier in the run, that Zangetsu is voiced by David Hayter. So if we call that the gear clip, well, I mean, it is a Metal Gear, isn't it? Oh, hey, look at this boss. This is good old Valak. Unfortunately, you're not going to be hearing any hype woo here or anything, but you're just going to be seeing a little bit of like an auto-scroller boss. Actually, Zangetsu deals enough damage like on his own to just fell this foe within seconds. But if you guys are a little bit unfamiliar with this game, how about a guy clad in red jumping on people's heads? You know, bring, bring, bring. It's me, Zangetsu. But this is literally it to the auto-scroller. Like it's an auto-scroller boss. I've already done enough damage. So, Nicole, are you there? Can I hear that sweet voice? And can I hear some more sweet donation messages?
Absolutely, you can. I have a $25 from Nick. He says, can I get some yo's in the chat? Good luck, Bobby, and keep up the good work for a great cause. And Bobby, I'm going to do my best not to butcher this, and I'm going to need you to do it right after me. Ome wa mo shinderu.
Omae wa mo shinderu.
We have a $25 donation from Petty. Good luck on your run, Bobby. As always, the brigade has your back, but I have to admit that I think Zangetsu might be more of a katana uncle than the katana daddy. That is some controversial message right there.
Well, what do you think? Post your thoughts in the comments below. Hi, YouTube.
Do you have time for another?
Yeah, let's do another.
$500 from Roleplay. Hi, SGDQ. Woo! Staying up late tonight? Are you eating properly? Come back anytime. Good luck, Bobby. Cleave the moon again. Thank you so much for that donation.
We are going to. You guys are just ever the more amazing for that, for all that support, and that definitely all the support that's been pouring in throughout this week. And I need some more donations to travel the bridge.
Absolutely. I will get you some bridge travel and donations, Bobby. I've got $100 from AJ Heathen. Donating is pretty cool. I agree.
It is extremely cool. Hey, we're at Glutton Train. It definitely looks a little bit different than Curse of the Moon. Actually, a lot of these locales do. But you're going to be seeing a lot of the same bosses in, you know, different looks. This is a 2.5D game. And quite interestingly enough, there's a lot that happens on this screen. So for the PC version, it's a little bit susceptible to frame drops. So I'm kind of like timing out the chain slide so I don't drop an input. And much like burning these bosses down, you can just see how much the lightning element ticks for. All right, we're gonna be coming up to another, actually one of my one of my favorite bosses in the game, but we're just gonna slide, heavy attack, slide. The movement of this game is just extremely seamless. And again, for the speedrun mode of this game, there's like no fluff. There's very little cutscenes to filter through, especially as Zangetsu. And there goes that nice dog head. What a good one. What a good one. We're gonna be coming up to Bothan, who is extremely fast that you won't even see him.
I move so fast.
So sneaky.
You won't even see me.
There he goes right there. And again, this guy can be a little bit of a jerk. Yep, and he decides to be a little bit of a jerk during my GDQ run. But again, we want to use the lightning element to try to get him in a little stun loop. Much like that. He has a pretty small HP pool. And yeah, you just hear that gallop, and like I kind of need to be topped up on all the mana as possible. Just so I can like skip any like save rooms or having to backtrack or anything like that. Speaking of backtracking, we're actually going to be going through the entrance here for a little bit to head on to the next boss. So, Nicole, do you have one small donation for me?
I sure do. I have $10 from Dr. Lupin. Zangetsu has Cha-Cha Slide playing in his head. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Freeze. Everybody clap your hands.
I'm sorry, I just got really hyped for Chris Crow. Super appreciate the donation. Keep them pouring on in, guys. Like,
This is extremely good game. Hopefully you guys are entertained by it. And also, we are an ever-growing and all-inclusive speedrun community. If you guys want to head over to the Bloodstained Speedruns Discord, if you guys ever feel like tackling Zangetsu mode yourself, or if you want to take a stab at one of the retro games, Curse of the Moon 1 or 2, there are a plethora of categories that you guys can pick from and get yourself zooming. So definitely check out Bloodstained Speedruns. All right, this is kind of like where the difficulty spikes a little bit for the game, so I'm going to take a little bit of marathon safety because if I die, I die. The thing about speedrun mode is that since I'm not actually using these save rooms for saving, if I die, then it's a complete game over. Miriam! What I was trying to do is try to make her do a special attack. She has like a full screen wide special attack where she travels from corner to corner. And I wanted her to go a little bit over to the left because that's where we needed to go. But getting her in the stun loop is actually, a lot more preferred. And we're gonna switch back to the fire element for the duration of this run. The lightning element has served us well, especially through those tough bosses. I'm gonna dive kick spam here because look, we're just topped up on everything now. And it's extreme. That's honestly why I like playing on the hitbox. You just hear that clicky button ASMR. Like, it's just so nice. And we descend upon the Inferno Cave for the first time, this GDQ. And yeah, I understand. Like, ironically, the boss of the Inferno Cave is weak to fire. And I'm not gonna question logic. But speaking of not questioning logic, I'm gonna slide on these lavas, or on the lava, because Zangetsu is just super cool to begin with. Again, do not refute the Katana Daddy. Coming up is Orbas, and I'm waiting for him to give me a good pattern, so please let me get some good luck out there in the audience. Hopefully he doesn't go topsy-turvy on me. Oh, here we go. Do another 2-2 special move. Again, as long as I keep training these special moves, I'm completely invincible and invulnerable. Okay, I guess we gotta be painting these fences like we're M. Bison, Capcom versus SNK2. There we go. Let me get a little bit of galloping in. Awesome. Nicole.
Bobbeigh.
One donation.
One donation?
Por favor.
Okay.
One
I've
donation.
got $25 from Starwin. Zangetsu's now in his final form, thanks to Bobbeigh using that hitbox. Cleave one more time, my friend.
Dude. Shout outs to Starwin for such an impeccable performance at Curse of the Moon. Again, deathless. He had some really nice Monka moments with a serious time in stage 7. It was just really, I'm just honored to have been on the couch for another Curse of the Moon run again. This is the desert. The desert's kind of wonky because again, there's quicksand everywhere, and we all know we all know the preference about sand. And there's also a lot of enemies here that can actually inflict status ailments on you. Even though Zangetsu is kind of pretty OP mode, he can still get poisoned, he can still get slowed, he can still get paralyzed. And whenever you get caught up in here, it's just not. It doesn't bode well. We're gonna try as we might to go through here with minimal nicks on our armor. And because I wanted to get a top up on MP, we're just gonna visit the save room and go up to good old chicken Alfredo. Oh, yeah, this guy right here. He can move extremely fast if he wants to for an old man. He has mastered the art of space and time. Look at that! Oh my lord! And he can just give you the runaround, like good old one of Master Roshi's trials. You gotta catch bubbles, but he's down. And we're actually going to be backtracking to the final moments of the game. So Nicole, if you want to let loose with a couple of donations.
Sure do. I have a $500 donation from Sicily. Gotta keep the poetry coming. How about roses are red, violets are blue, omewa no shinderu. Nani? I also have a $25 donation from Tilo. BT, my bro, Tilo and Mamalo here sending you some Philly love during your Bloodstained run.
Super appreciate you, T-Lo. One more?
Absolutely. We have a $15 donation from New Flair. Bobby, so awesome seeing the hitbox cam for your run today. The brigade is here and cheering you on.
Much love to the brigade. I see you guys in there. Starting off with that salute. The audience is extremely strong. And now we have entered the Den of Behemoths. Again, kind of like a preliminary final area, much like in the vein of modern Vanias, where it's like, oh man, things are so, like we're in Little Big World or Little Big, what's that Super Mario 64? Little Big Planet? I don't, anyways, this is Bloodstained. So a lot of these enemies are going to be extremely magnified in size, but we're not going to be worrying about any of that. We're not going to be worrying about much of these enemies. Like 100% of these enemies, like even the boss. The boss is actually even someone that you're quite familiar with if you watch the Curse of the Moon run, but I don't think we're going to be seeing much of them. We'll see. If I can just carve a path here. Uh-oh. Right? Let's not. So that was Veil 4, and we are not going to play any of his games today. I am not a betting man. I do like going for safety and consistency. We're just going to keep going. Also, it saves about a minute and a half and some change. Oh, all right, what a good run so far. We're at the final area, the Glacial Tomb, and I'm so glad that Unreal Engine 4 did not crash on me. I've gotten a whole bunch of run kills and game crashes just from entering the Glacial Tomb. But the only sort of like platforming thing you have to be mindful of is that, like, you know, much like the underground caverns, this ground is extremely jagged, so just kind of have to slide accordingly. Hopefully you don't get wall splatted by the ice elementals, because they are joinks. But we're gonna be coming up to kind of like the final phases. And let me just get topped up on MP here. And mild spoilers if you haven't played this game, but play the game if you have. This person, which, you know, spoiler free. So I'm actually gonna be dodging and deflecting a lot of the attacks, because when you do, you regain a whole bunch of MP that way. And you actually want to be topped up on your MP, because there is a sort of like second phase to this fight where you want to burn down the enemy as quickly as possible. And that was actually a nice Dominique fight. Well, you saw the name there, spoilers. But coming up next is Bale. Not exactly the final boss for Zangetsu, but we'll keep the final boss under wraps until the end. But this is initially the final boss, and the way that you have to beat this boss is you have to wait for Dominique to spawn on either of these heads. Green head, red head, or cat head. And I'm hoping for green head or red head. Green head, let's go. So the hitbox of the green head is actually extremely huge, so I can actually like regain MP by dive kicking within its like throat if I really wanted to. But we're just gonna be keeping on with the special moves and trying to burn it on down, all while using the other heads as like dive kick fodder, MP restoration fodder, so we can just keep hacking and whacking and smacking and galloping. All right, didn't get the pitch there. All right. And you think that would be GG's, but it's not. You think it would be GG's, but it is not. Marathon safety, though, because I am Big Baby. Actually, no, never mind. Never mind, I'm good on MP. Or sorry, I'm good on HP. I was gonna go back to the save room and then like refill up everything, but I'm pretty good. What? It's Miriam! It's the actual Miriam. She's been corrupted by spoilers. I'll skip this cutscene now. So for the final phase of Miriam, she actually has 3 phases to the boss fight herself. She has an inverted phase, and she has a final phase with the great sword. But all of these phases are extremely gratuitous in the health. They all have 4,000 MP, and we can actually cheat this mode if we really wanted to. Uh-oh, we got Balak. Are we gonna get cooked? Please do not cook me medium raw. Yeah, and then we have to be kind of conservative on our use of MP here, because we want to save for the final boss fight, or for the final phase. So cast Bloodsteal And time's gonna be on the final hit, actually. We're pretty close. Ow! Time. Ow! I got nicked. And that was it. Pretty short, pretty sweet, and no fluff in between for Zangetsu any percent. Again, this is no major glitches. There are a whole bunch of categories to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, including your fan favorite Miriam. And again, there's been randomizer modes and a lot of updated content throughout this entire game. So I'm really, really glad that I was able to show this off to you folks, because Zangetsu is an incredibly good character and extremely fun to play as. So if you haven't revisited Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, please, I implore that you do. And since that's a short run, that's going to be a short amount of time for me. Thank you very much, GDQ, for letting me perform this game for you folks. Let me...
Hello, everybody here and everybody watching at home. Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2022. And we're keeping it on rocking with the Mega Man block. And we had a bid war for the first, Mega Man 2 or 3. And... for some reason, I decided to keep it open till the very end, aka this spot. So Iggy Zig, I need you to tell me the results.
I just want to thank everybody who contributed in this bid war, raising over $7,000 for MSF. Thank you so much. And today, the people have spoken, and they want you. They want to see some good wood. You're running Mega Man 2!
Oh!
Yay!
What was the difference in that in that bid war?
Currently less than $200.
Wow.
Right down to the wire, all the way down.
Wow. Woo. Well, y'all are absolutely fantastic. we were really pining for Mega Man 3 there, but people do want to see some 2. It is a really, really great game, and this is a really great adaptation for the Wily Wars. So let's get right into it from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Good luck, have fun, my man.
Thank you very much, everybody, and you.
Oh yeah, hi, I'm here.
You want to introduce yourself?
No.
Why?
Just play the game.
Okay. I'm playing it. So welcome to Mega Man: The Wily Wars. This is double the bits, as you can plainly see. There's going to be a lot of differences, a lot of similarities between the two. But first, I'm going to be taking control by doing this knockback canceling. Since you only have one button that actually pauses the gameplay in this for Sega Genesis, the only way that you can pause is bringing up the weapon wheel. So if I have any shots out at the same time, I actually cannot open up that menu. And again, there's just going to be a whole bunch of different things with Mega Man: The Wily Wars and NES. That's why I have Adef here. Adef is a classic Mega Man runner enthusiast. And
I already have a question.
Yeah.
I already have a question. So in Mega Man 2 on the NES, there's that thing where you can pause and freeze Mega Man's momentum in the air and then move to the right. I kind of saw you do damage cancels here with the pause. Is it similar?
It's a little bit similar, yeah. It's just a lot slower since I guess in NES you'd be using select instead of the start button, right?
Right, sure.
Mm-hmm. And since this is actually built on the 3 Mega Man games that were faithfully recreated in this, since they were kind of created on the same engine, you can actually take advantage of that knockback canceling in Mega Man 3. It makes a lot of the segments incredibly easier to navigate.
Sweet.
But speaking of navigation, we're here with Airman. This is a familiar first stage for a lot of Mega Man 2 runners, but this is going to be pretty cut and dry here. Airman, we will have to buster him down. Now, the invulnerability frames of the bosses are noticeably longer, so you won't be seeing much more of a quick mash to get him out, but more of a rhythmic tapping and just making sure that we hit every single pellet.
I like this pattern.
I do too.
Hey, let's go.
I do too. All right, there's gonna be a whole bunch of downtime while we scroll through some text, while we grab an item. So Iggy Zig, if you want to hit us with a couple donations.
Love to hear it. We got $15 from Bruno Fightmaster saying Mega Man hype. One of my favorite blocks each year. So as always, I will donate for Everlasting Peace. Donation goes to Reader's Choice. Oh, thank you so much. We're seeing a giant orange head. We also got ourselves $25 from Petty saying, good luck on the run, Bobby. I'm sure the entire brigade has got your back.
Thank you, thank you. Let's get one more.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Knox with $100 saying best of luck to Bobby during his Wily Wars run. There we go.
Shout outs to Knox.
Shout outs. Did you know that this is actually true? You can actually follow Bobby on Twitch for free. Twitch.tv/TheBlackTest.
Oh boy. But first, you might want to donate to a couple of these causes right here.
Oh yeah, we got some great incentives open.
Oh, and also that bonus game. We want to get Halo Infinite actually met.
Yes.
So that's my runner's choice. If you want to be part of my brigade and rally behind that cause, then put all of your donations toward in that Halo Infinite. So we got our item 2 here. We're gonna be using the item 2 for the most of this platforming segment. We can use it to travel across great distances, and we can skip these little auto-scroll platforms right here. Yeah, we kind of get the items in a pretty different way, other than as compared to NES, and that's probably what's gonna be the bulk of this commentary. Just kind of comparing the two, because
yeah,
I mean we've seen Mega Man 2 here at GDQ
many times,
time and time again, in many different forms.
So I actually have a question about that. So obviously you said this is a very faithful recreation, and I know that is true. And obviously we have items 1, 2, and 3 through this run. Do they behave exactly the same as they do in the original game, or are there small variations?
There is a slight different behavior in the placement of item 2. I have to place it pretty perfectly if I'm trying to get it to exit the screen, so I can conserve on that item energy.
Sure.
But anything else like item 1 and 3 are pretty faithful, and then there's still the thing where you can't open up your weapon menu when you have those items out on a screen. So
right,
you gotta be
right.
really careful in the end game stages. Wily 4, you do.
Sure.
This is basically based off of Rockman or Mega Man hard mode.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, because the Crashman took 3 hits there.
Yep. Iggy Zig. Let's hear it.
Well, how about this one? We have a $10,000 donation from the Yeti. They say, hey, y'all, Yeti here, longtime viewer, longtime donator. Greetings from SGDQ 2022. We just wanted to drop our next donation during the Blacktastic's Big Sega Man run. So far, with the support of everyone's orders, we have raised $50,000 for Doctors Without Borders. Thank you for your orders. We couldn't do this without you. Wishing the best of luck to our friend Bobby on his run. We will save a Yeti combo for you in the library. Thank you, Yeti, so much.
A lot of interactive gaming going on in my channel, and thank you very much to the Yeti for that big drop of a donation. We got Quick Man here. You get all these, little pasta noodles of doom, but you get to.
All right, Bobby.
What do you want? What do you want me to call?
I don't know. Lasers, perhaps.
I said of doom.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. Yours is better. Sorry. Defer to the runner. Sorry.
There is not really anything much going on here. I am switching to air because there is a little bit of a limitation in how quickly you can get normal buster shots out. You can't really mash as conventionally as you can in NES. There's a little bit of a cooldown. It doesn't really apply to many more weapons other than that, but as you can see, we are going to be using some alternatives for the parts where we have to usually mash. The air is definitely being mashed out, but for some reason, the buster shot just got a little bit weak in this version.
Okay, so that definitely was. Bobby jumped over the gap and then paused at the zenith of his jump, and then was able to cross a gap that typically you would not be able to cross.
Yes.
So for sure, that is in the video game.
All right, let's see about this. Yep.
Yeah, that's classic. Classic.
1, 2. At least we can get a triple stack here, and then we'll probably have to go through it again. Hey.
Yeah, Quick Man, notoriously the most annoying robot master. He loves to do this thing where he doesn't want to die, which is weird. But
that's definitely one constant is the kind of jank AI or behavior of Quick Man.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Really, really hard to react to. Iggy Zig, you have another couple donations for us.
A couple you sure have. We got $25 from Cannon Swift. They are vibing. Their comment reads the energy and hype during this Mega Man block. Yes, indeed. Thank you, everybody, for being so amazing out there. We also got ourselves $50 from Sue. Says simply, "Oh no, Michio!" We're currently at $1,098 out of $5,000 for the Yakuza Like a Dragon giant orange head mode. Let's make it happen, everybody. Keep getting those donations put towards that incentive, people.
Please, because Froob is one of my good friends that I actually met overseas, and he came here to do his thing, and I want y'all to treat him with the utmost of great hospitality and all for him, having traveled all the way over here to show off such a great display of Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Also, can I just say,
what's up?
The Metal Man background is one of my favorite NES backgrounds, and this does it such justice. It looks so good. I can't wait to see Heat Man.
Heat Man's is good. Flash Man is probably like one of my favorites. It's like one of the most like Sega Genesis looking stages in the Wily Wars. But yeah, the arrangement of this, double the bits, and like this is a really good port. But this was actually like handed off by like a B team of Capcom. Like the creator actually like didn't really have like much influence in it besides drawing the box art. So wow. For like given like what little tools that they had, adding on some like original content which Inafune actually designed, this is a really great package. You can actually play this through like a lot of the Sega Genesis Mini actually has a whole Wily Wars in it, and you can play like the full game as if well, you actually could not, and I'm just gonna go ahead and e-tank right here. I actually could not way back in '94 where we didn't really get any like hardware copies of Mega Man: The Wily Wars. It was actually distributed through the Sega Channel. And the Sega Channel was a little bit convoluted and a lot expensive for its time. So if you wanted to play the Wily Wars back then, you had to have a Sega Genesis. You had to have the the old cart. You had to have an internet connection. You had to have a Sega Channel subscription and an activation fee. It was like over $100 to play this game back then, and like that was absolutely wild. But now like it's on like easier forms of media. There's been cartridges out there for shout outs to Retrobit for handing this off to me, but really good. Just look
oh
at
my God.
No bitrate vomit.
A Bubble Man stage that doesn't destroy the stream?
Yep.
This is so exciting. This is also my favorite classic Mega track. I love Bubble Man.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, for those that are watching in 480p at home, you're welcome.
Yes.
But yeah, like even the sprite work is probably like the most like the highlight out of this entire because just look at the underground.
Look at those graphics. Look at those graphics. Man, Sega Genesis does, I'm telling you.
Genesis does. That's what I'm saying. And like we were saying in like the interview, like these are actually really good game categories to get into. Like if you just want like something simple, hold right, and having to like react, not a lot of RNG. Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2 for the Sega Genesis are pretty at home for you.
You know what would have been funny, Bobby?
What's up?
If you opened the incentive for Mega Man 2 versus 3, and then you asked, which one are we going to do, and then you just played 1 instead?
Oh, I actually got bullied out of my top time spot in 1 by good old Cool Kid right there.
Well, the big boy gets what the big boy wants.
Absolutely. There's actually been like recent developments in this game where there's a lot of like out of bound tricks with like the magnet beam, and there's like a couple of like task tricks in like 2 and 3 as well. But it's incredibly like I was saying, like almost like fresh even. I'm about to die.
No, you're not.
Very cool.
No, you're not. Woo! The range on that was...
Que locuro. All right, look, Zig, would you like to read us off a couple donations, please?
Would love to. We got Mega Man Master X with a $10 donation saying, happy to see the Mega Block. Happy to see Bobby rocking the Wily Wars with blast processing. Donation to Runner's Choice. Thank you. And we've also got Mad Balmer with $100. Says simply, Bobby told me to. Black Brigade, represent. Thank you.
Shout outs to the brigade. Y'all know who you are. Get the vibes in the chat. Look at this stage.
Yo.
That is like, are we in Sonic 2.5?
We're seeing some parallax. This is uncharted territory.
Mm-hmm. Like it's super incredible. Like how they just like remade everything with like a little bit of flair. We're gonna be seeing some differing strategies here as well. Just taking the air because I can't actually conventionally mash. But we're gonna get through it. We only have a couple of changes of weapons throughout the entire stage, and we're just cruising. Iggy, you have a couple more donations to read out, actually?
I certainly do. We got $50 from Mr. Game & Shout. Woo!
Hey!
This has got a comfy seat in the audience. My man Bobby on stage, and one of the best soundtracks in gaming on that funky Genesis synth. It doesn't get better than this, y'all. Thank you so much, Game & Shout.
Thank you very much. Just want to make a quick point. I was doing some bunny hopping in the top platforms there, but it's actually kind of useful. It's a little bit difficult, but that's how you want to retain your walk speed, or else when you land, you'll actually get that sticky floor.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a nip here. I'm just holding up so that he can just run into me, and I don't have to do a thing.
So you've been talking about being unable to quote unquote conventionally mash. I know the Sega Genesis. So I didn't grow up with a Genesis. The controller frightens me. But it has the button layout makes no sense. What buttons are being used and what aren't? Because clearly, you don't need all 6 face buttons, right, for this game. So
no.
What is and
this
is
is a
not
straight
being used?
3-button game. So A, B, C. You're jumping, you're shooting, your menu. You actually have, I bind it to C, and obviously there's start to bring up the weapon menu.
Sure.
But they, you still can't do any select NES knockback.
Right.
With that. But yeah, it's only a 3-button game. Well, yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
For all intents and purposes.
Oh, the Heatman background. I'm excited.
Coming up as Heatman, I'm going to be using some very different strats here. Again, we had a lot of developments in the routing. There have been a couple of diligent tassers that have been, timing things out. So I'm going to switch to Flash Stopper here. And the things that, the little, I was going to call them eddies. I don't know what they're called. But those enemies will not appear. I could just keep, doing the jump thing. Now I wanted to switch to item 2, the jet. I have to be really, really careful. Yep, here we go. So that was a little bit bad because it expended some of my meter. So I have to do a little. Oh no! I have to do a little bit of this and try to conserve that because we have to cross that huge gap on over there.
Yeah, at the end of Heatman's stage, there is an absolutely massive gap that there is a Yoku block puzzle you can do, but it is really treacherous, and item 2 is faster anyway. A little bit of a sticky situation here.
Hello? Help!
Nice corner jump. Nice.
I was actually stuck between in the middle of that where you can blow that wall open with Crash Bomb, and sometimes you can zip a little bit in that. I don't think there's actually any use for that here, but in Mega Man 3 there actually was.
So yeah, there's just barely enough item 2 air mode there to make it across that gap.
So I'm just gonna wait for that and be a little bit more conscious of how I proceed forward. So a little bit of a difference between the speed run of Heatman and the maneuvers. So there is no 30, 60, 90 rule in here. There is no 30, 60, 90 frame rule for him to charge up. It's going to be constant every time. So all we have to do is just time to the reaction.
That's actually kind of nice. He also threw the flames so high. There's no chance I was going to hit you.
All right, we're rocking and rolling. We got one more. And Iggy Zig, would you like a couple donations to be read off?
Thank you kindly. We got $50 from Ryudo. It's going to be taking us on a little journey with their comment. They say, I appreciate you striving to get the fastest time possible. You're guilty of getting Mega Man's gears in motion. It's truly a marvel to see your Capcom.
Just stop, please.
From all as you battle for the top of the grid. You're out here fighting these streets in a combat against mortals. Insert fighting game pun here. Much love for the excellence in the FGC and speedrunning communities, as always, brother. Thank you so much, Ryudo.
Hey, get a round of applause for Ryudo, please. Combo Breaker, FGC commentator extraordinaire. You've actually even heard him if you've looked at our previous Juneteenth GDQ hotfix. He was actually a commentator for my good old friend No Good Citizens' Mission Impossible 64 run, and they did absolutely amazing. One of the best performances of that block. So thank y'all very much for supporting me, especially everybody in the FGC. The FGC will never leave my blood as I continue to to do the thing with full-time content creation and event promotion and all that. So I'm really, really happy to have people like you have my back.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Bobbeigh actually runs his own tournaments for several different fighting games. Most recently, the Power Rangers fighting game, Battle for the Grid, correct?
Yeah.
So if you are a fan of fighting game content as well as speedruns and everything in between, I'm telling you guys, twitch.tv/TheBlacktastic, I'm just saying it.
Also do a whole bunch of other things like, role-playing, tabletop RPG with my good friend Adolf right here, the Dungeon Master.
That's true.
And I play a Black Solid Snake, so.
Yes. That's that campaign is called Speedrunners and Dragons. If anybody ever wanted to watch Kung Fu Fruit Cup, Dangers, and the Blacktastic and others play D&D with me, that exists. You can Google it.
Yeah.
PogChamp, I believe, is the relevant emote.
All right, so we're going to be getting into a little bit of a tussle with Mr. Goodwood right here. So we're actually going to switch to the weakness. And actually, this is going to be the only time that I use the heat weapon against Woodman. In the refight, there's a completely different reroute. And it saves a lot of weapon usage and a lot of time.
Yeah, so there are vast numbers of states that I believe the weapon's called Atomic Flame, I think. Heatman's weapon, the charge, there are 5 different states you can reach, and it just keeps pitching up. And you oftentimes think you're all the way charged up, and you are not.
Yeah.
But the full charge on difficult mode, or I guess the port here, is 2 shots.
Yeah, it can be extremely frustrating if you can't get that fully charged heat. I mean, I think it's the same as in NES where you only get about 2 full charges to
think so.
meter, right? So, that's of the essence. Iggy Zig, as we're watching the eyebrows wiggle, I want to see some donations being read out.
Yeah, we got $25 from Who Grooves On saying, this donation is going towards the Onomichi emote in Yakuza Like a Dragon because, as a Floridian, we believe oranges make anything better. Either way, can't wait to watch another Furb Yakuza run. We are currently at $1,223 out of 5,000. Let's bear down on that orange big head mode, everybody. Let's get the oranges in. Orange, orange, orange. You heard them, chat, completely unprompted. Start that $5 train for that giant orange head. Let's go.
Absolutely. Oh, we've reached the Wily stages now. Everyone's got their favorite song blasting. I want to hear some, da-da-da-da-da-da. This is what you donated for, right? This is why you wanted Mega Man 2. Don't lie. Don't front. Oh, you want to hear this music and you want to see the twig.
Dr. Wowie.
And Dr. Wily, but also the twig. So
this is what good commentary sounds like if anybody's curious at home. So just take notes for your GDQ run, and you can nail it like Bobbeigh and I here.
Absolutely. Oh, item 3, please. Oh, item 3, please. There we go. Now we'll get a short refill over here. So Wily, well, if you're not privy or if you're not knowledgeable of the classic Mega Man series, the final end game stages are basically a slew of 4 to 6, maybe even more stages. But the number one thing is that your weapons and item reserves do not fill up from stage to stage.
Yo, the drums in this.
So you have to be really conscious of how you place your items, how you use your weapons, so that you don't run out towards the end of that fight. So here's a bit of a lag mitigation strat. I'm using regular Buster. Quick Boomerang actually lags this game up by a bit. It's a bit sad, but
there's a background.
There's a background, yeah. It was a solid black background.
I keep interrupting you with useless commentary, but I'm amazed.
No, this is what I want. This is why I submitted Wily Wars. There's not enough people talking about it. Not enough people having good things to say about it. There's actually really dedicated people to the speed run, but half of the people here don't even know that a game like this existed.
Well, now I know.
This is the very first Mega Man game that's actually been released in a non-Nintendo platform.
Oh.
So, and again, people in the West didn't really have hard copy cartridges of it.
Sure.
So, it just kind of got scattered in the wind. But here we are now.
Here we are, presenting gaming history for the masses.
And again, this game is canonical. Wily just got so peeved that he just wanted to go back in time to the first 3 Mega Mans and see if he could best Mega Man with the same robots that he knows how to fight against. I have no idea.
Everything's canon.
But everything is indeed canon.
I'm interested to see this segment here.
Oh, it's just normal. It's just normal.
Well, I'm interested to see it. Look at him go. So yeah, Mega Man's top run speed in Mega Man 2 is just slow enough that if you run to the right, that once item 2 is accelerated fully, Mega Man sort of straddles it, falls off for 1 frame and is back on and does that like wiggling thing. But if so long as item 2 is fully accelerated, you'll never fall off. Walking to the right. If you walk to the left, you will die.
This is the only segment that will try to use Flash Stopper. Now, you know, this is kind of like an innate weakness to Quickman, but it is actually like incredibly slow on the DPS. And since you can't, you know, do any like item cancellations or bringing up the weapon menu, you're just kind of like sitting there until the meter depletes fully.
And especially on the difficult mode, I'm going to keep calling it, Flash Stopper does not do as much, or not, it's not Flash Stopper, that might be a different weapon. Regardless, Flashman's weapon does not do all of Quickman's health, so it's not as useful. Wow, bubble lead here?
Yeah, and instead of like the metal, this pretty much just one-shots. For some reason, metal does not in Wily Wars. And we have a whole bunch of bubble lead or bubble lead. What is?
I called it lead. I don't know. I've only ever seen that word written, so I don't.
That's like the Mega Man community's like Hydro City versus Hydrocity.
Yeah, exactly.
Bubble lead or bubble lead? You're dead wrong.
You were able to hear what they said?
No.
I can't. Yeah, I didn't hear a thing. That's good though. Just act like that's good.
All right, we got a couple more, and the Wily 3 is just a stroll in the park. Iggy, I would like to hear your voice for a couple more donations.
You certainly shall, and I certainly will. We got $100 from Flyceratops saying, good luck on your run, Bobby. The Brigade has your back. There you go.
Nice.
We also got $100 from No Diggity 1 saying, hey, GDQ. You having a fantastic time watching the Blacktastic rock this run? Of course you are. Thanks again for showcasing this less loved piece of Sega goodness and sharing your amazing self with the rest of us. Incentives to Runner's Choice, and shout out to the Sega crew.
Shout out to the Sega crew. Let me get a round of applause for the Sega crew, baby. Let me tell you about retro communities and speedrunning. They are above one of the most kind and welcoming people. Like, if it wasn't for people that were like so courteous and so willing to share information and and their kindness with me, like there would not have been any interest in speedrunning in like the long term. But
sure,
every game that I've played in like the retro community has been has had people full of nothing but like the kindest folks.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So shout outs to like the retro community. I mean, like even in slight mention to Vania, the Vania boys and the Vania people over there. Thank y'all very much for having me within your space.
The classic Mega Man community has been such a home for Bobby and I for almost a decade now, if not a decade.
Yeah, my very first performance for Awesome Games Done Quick was in 2016, and that was Mega Man 9.
I did Mega Man 1 at SGDQ 2014.
Woo!
I was 15 years old and my dad was on the couch.
Yo, shout outs to supportive parents, right? Por favor. All right, I did this a little bit wrong, but it's fine. So yeah, as you can see, we have very little item 3 left. There's going to be very minimal chances for me to get even more of this platforming off. But this is the purple heck. This is the the ill-fated stage where you can definitely lose a run. You can definitely soft lock yourself if you wanted to expend all of your weapon energy and die.
Noticeably less purple in this version, in a good way, I would say.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna ask for a little bit of serious time as I walk over spikes that could kill me at any second. Okay, we're good.
Nice. The classic skip, using the pause to go around the corner. That was really nice, Bobby. That was a good segment.
Thank you. But we're not done yet. This is a a really good gauntlet. A test of what you can make of all of your utility of your weapons and items and all that stuff. I am barely just holding on to this too, but I actually need this for this really cool fight. So I'm just gonna focus here.
This is probably one of the hardest bosses in classic Mega Man. The crash ammo usage, so critical. Bobby is also expertly, that corner jump is so pivotal. And then dropping the crash bomb in such a way that he wants to blow up the wall and the top turret, which he did, excellent, because that conserves one crash bomb, which Bobby will want later.
Yes. do want this one crash bomb. There is a very unique piece of tech in the Wily Wars that was actually found through the task. Can I wall jump, please? No? Okay.
There you go. Nice.
But I do want to hold on to that for you know, the very last bit.
The crash bomb is super powerful.
And you're gonna see why. Well, I mean, we got refights coming on up. So Iggy Zig, you got anything to read out, please?
Indeed, I do. Thank you, Bobby. We got $25 saying had to donate while Bobby is on. Big love for his energy and big love for Doctors Without Borders. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. We also got $25 from Cartridge Blowers, itemizing their donation, saying donating for 3 reasons. 1, Bobby, watching your streams during the day at work helped the day go by so quickly. You're one of my favorite streamers, so thank you for doing what you do. 2, Mega Man 3 is the superior game. It's got Snake Man, for goodness sake. And then number 3, all your donations go to Doctors Without Borders, the world's best charity. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much for that
Very
heartfelt
nice.
message, Cardi B. Thank you, thank you. And y'all have heard him on the GDQ host. Well, I mean, all throughout this week, so make sure to, you know, spread some love during the hosting segments of and let's keep this on rolling, especially towards Halo Infinite. I want Halo Infinite to be met.
There's some really cool strats in Halo Infinite. You're not going to want to miss that run.
All right, a little bit of a reroute here.
So yeah, Woodman has a lot of soft weaknesses in this game, which is a classic Mega Man sort of trope and term for when a boss has a true weakness. So Woodman's true weakness is Heatman's weapon. It does the most damage. And then a soft weakness is a weapon that does more than the Buster, but less than the quote-unquote true weakness. So Woodman has air. The Metal Blade also does a significant portion. So yeah, there are several bosses where Bobby will be using what is not technically the true weakness. Another one here, Bobby will be not using Flashman's weapon here, as discussed previously.
I'm actually be using this.
Wow, what?
Kami! Please don't jump. Thank you. Kami! There we go.
Okay, nice. Yeah, leave him hanging. Leave him hanging. People love Dragon Ball, Bobby. And they love Bobby. I heard that one. They said we love Bobby.
We love you too.
Oh my gosh.
All right, last couple of bits, and then we're gonna show you what this crash bomb is all about. Hopefully I can get it. It's one shot. If I miss it, I'll feel really bad, and I'll have to spend another 12 seconds trying to, you know, do the thing. But if we do get it, you'll see a very, very unique, not able to be performed on NES strategy.
Oh, sweet. I can't wait.
No pressure.
No pressure. So yeah, Flashman has this interesting AI when you hit him with the Metal Blade where he's just like walking back and forth, just hanging out.
Right,
yeah, without being able to mash, that's such an interesting fight. Yeah, so Metal Blade here, an interesting weapon in that Bobby can direct it diagonally, pretty unique for the Mega Man series, allowing him to hit that sweet spot on the Wily machine. And there we go. Oh! Yes! Yes!
The Phase 2 Wily machine skip!
Okay, that's what the crash bomb was for.
That's what the crash bomb was for.
So the crash bomb explodes out, right? And it kills the machine and then keeps blowing up and hits the capsule before Phase 2 can even start.
That's all I wanted to show off.
Well, you did it. You did it. Let's get another round of applause for that, gamers.
I mean, everything is not over yet. We still gotta, you know, not hug the alien, but it's still really, it's been a really great time. I wasn't expecting to play Mega Man 2. I was a little bit nervous to, you know, not getting any of the tricks or like die or anything, but I think it's been a pretty solid performance, and I really hope that you've been enjoying the whole entirety of Mega Man blocks, as we have a lot of obscure titles that hopefully you will, you know, come to play next.
Bobby, you've been killing it. This is a great run.
Thank you, thank you. All right. Time's gonna be on the final hit, obviously.
Yo.
Hit me.
So contact damage on the alien does a ton. So Bobby's really expertly avoiding getting touched here. 2 more shots.
And time, okay.
Time.
Oh my God.
Oh. And that has been the Wily Wars. That is only one of 4 potential games that you can play in this package. Again, it was featured at a previous GDQ where someone ran the Wily Tower, which is its own beast. You get to build out your custom Mega Man with all the items and all the weapons from 1 through 3. I definitely recommend y'all give it a fair shot. Thank you very much, Ada, for being on my couch. It's been really good just getting to know you throughout GDQ. You know.
Can I get a hug? Can I get a hug? Can I get a hug?
Of course.
I love Bobbeigh. Follow this man.
Yo, shout outs to the brigade. Shout outs to my partner. Shout outs to Sega Crew. Shout outs to everybody that's been continuing to pour in with the donations so far. Let's make this another milestone event. Take care. We'll see you soon with even more Mega Man. Bye, Papat. We'll see ya. Hello, everybody. My name is Bobbeigh, and this is Biohazard or Resident Evil: Deadly Silence. This is basically a 10-year anniversary of the 1996 OG Resident Evil that appeared on PlayStation 1 with a lot of really nice polishes and tweaks that we'll talk about. I have an incredible cast of horror game speedrunners that would probably chime in, as I'm clearly out of breath after casting for 5 runs today. But they're going to be supporting my commentary. I'm going to load right in here into classic mode, which is again like nearly a 1-by-1 recreation of the OG Resident Evil, and we will be playing Jill Valentine, and I will signal countdown to when we go. Even though we're not watching the intro cutscene, you should probably watch the intro cutscene, like look it up. It's like really, really great. But after all that, let's start the run. We're gonna be doing it in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so what you can probably understand as I'm flipping through all of these cutscenes is that we do have a door and a cutscene skip. This is incredibly great. This will make it incredibly speedy throughout all of this. But we will not have to go through all of this, Barry, what is this? Or all the, really cool voice acting that I wish. But what this actually is gonna do is that the speed of which we're skipping these cutscenes will allow us to quickly progress through some flags that will enable us to open up the rest of this main area for us to explore. So Barry gives us the key, the lock pick, if you will. Just think of it as like if you're starting off with the master key in Dark Souls. So basically this just like unlocks everything for you, and I'm actually going to try to get some nice pieces that we would need to get these puzzles out the way. But another cool thing about Resident Evil Deadly Silence, you do have quick turn. You do have a dedicated knife button, so which is the L by default, but it frees up an inventory slot. So Jill's a really, really accessible character for playing the game, for learning the speed run. Like, she can really do it all here.
Yeah, between Jill and Chris, Chris is sad. Jill has more pockets. She's the master of unlocking, so she doesn't need keys. What's the word? She can read. Chris can't read. That's one of his things. There's a puzzle where it's, you need Rebecca to help you read. And then Jill can just do it.
We're going to be doing a pretty platform-specific piece of technology. So this actually makes us skip a whole backtrack over to the east wing in order to get the chemical to kill this plant. But we are going to get smacked by it about a dozen times, though. Good thing it didn't put me into yellow life, but, I mean, that's a whole nother thing. We're going to be continuing to kind of like break our way through this mansion using the lockpick and grabbing some of these items and objectives, and like Dice said earlier, a musical sheet, because Jill can't read. So let me just grab this right here, and hopefully slowly make my way over. Sometimes these triggers to use these items are a little bit wonky, so you want to make sure you're lined up 100% correctly. So we have the actual emblem here, and we're actually going to, the door's going to close behind us. We're actually going to be swapping in this fake emblem for use a little bit later in the run.
They'll never know.
And then we have, we're kind of going on a little quest to collect these crests. So we have these 4 crests that are scattered throughout the mansion, and they will open up the next area available to us. So anything that we're doing right now will have a purpose that serves its use later. Okay.
Oh, we vanished.
Oh, are we pausing? I thought that. Okay.
We're going to take a quick break to get that all rectified.
I think the camera vanished.
I have a $75 donation from Michael Yu. Love what and how you do, what and how you do. Thank you very much, Michael Yu. Havoc978 donates $25. There is no comment, but thank you so much for your donation. And Anonymous donates $250. There is no comment, but thank you for your donation. And we are now only $125 away from $550,000 raised for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Thank you so, yeah, woo, yeah. Yeah, you can clap for that. Thank you so much. Katie donates $50, donating for my dad. It's his birthday, and he is valiantly fighting cancer. Much love to all the GDQ staff and runners. Less than 3. Less than 3, back to you as well. 3G PhD donates $50. Loving this. Loving all of this. Less than 3. Less than 3 to you as well. Thank you so much. In chat, of course, we all know the infamous Jill sandwich line, right? We're all aware about the Jill sandwich. What do you think would be on a Jill sandwich? If you have any ideas of what your perfect Jill sandwich would have on it, please feel free to donate and let me know. I'm very curious. Egg Bagel donates $25 as a 2-time survivor of early detected cancer. Thank you, runners, organizers, volunteers, and staff. Thank you so much. And we did hit $550,000. Again, thank you so much for all of your hard work for that. Absolutely amazing. We have got everything sorted out. We are going to dive right back in. Bobby, it's on you again.
All right, so, incredibly sorry for the technical difficulties, but again, for those that are being caught up on this is Resident Evil Deadly Silence. We're going to be starting the timer again in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we picked up the blue diamond because, again, this will serve us pretty greatly in the long run. We haven't really talked about, the plot of this game. We didn't really skip the intro or anything like that, or we did. But we do have a Bravo team, which was sent in to investigate these cannibalistic murders. Oh no, he's, you know what? I feel bad. We'll go get some antidotes for him. I don't even know what's wrong with him. We skipped a cutscene, but he's hurting.
It's always funny cutscene because I think they say he got bit by a poisonous snake or something. Mm-hmm. But isn't poison it's venomous, right? Snakes are venomous, not poisonous.
Yes.
Well, that's why he's dying because Jill got it wrong. He just feels bad. He's really awkward. He just doesn't want to be around her.
All right, going to be coming up to our very first crest to collect. Let's do a bit of a turn.
I guess right away from the Lions, we want a quick lore dump. Pretty much, they have this special mansion. There's cannibalistic murders out there, so they send in the Stars Bravo and Alpha teams. I think Bravo team had some issues, so they sent an Alpha team. They got chased to the mansion by a bunch of rabid dogs, and then they're here. Your partner Chris went missing. Wesker and Barry are in the lobby, and they're talking about locking in. And yeah, that's more or less the gist of it. Stars is kind of made out of ridiculously overpowered people. Jill is a part of something called Delta Force, or was.
No.
That's a real life thing. It requires 10 years of military service, and Jill's 23.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, she's kind of a monster. She's better than all of them. The lore goes kind of hard, but I think it's supposed to prove oh, the bioweapons are so good, they're all dying.
Well, incredibly in this game where we definitely get the weaponry able to take down all these nice bio weapons. We're going to be making a quick detour here. And we'll come across Barry and another dying member of Bravo team. But we actually get the grenade launcher, which is to be our main damage dealer throughout this run. Coming up through these next crest acquisitions, there's a little bit of a scary part. We're going to be coming across a really nice puzzle I'm gonna try to weave around this guy. Nope. And we'll be putting yellow. That's fine. But we are going to grab this real quick.
So while you are solving the puzzle, there is something to be mentioned. Obviously, this is going to pretty much be one-to-one for the most part of RE1 Classic, the original game. We did talk about some of the difference earlier, like the quick turn and the cutscene skips that weren't in the original. But the big thing is, while we do have some advantages like those, one of the things is, if you haven't noticed the big screen up there, Bobby's on a 3DS. Like, he's on a Nintendo DS, which some of the turns that you would normally take in the original game get a little bit awkward because, again, you're on a DS. The fact that you can do some of these is wild to me on a DS.
All right, we're going to be giving and trying to administer the antidote to, I guess, Richard, right? Is that his name?
He needs serum, yeah.
He'll succumb to his injuries. Sorry about that. But we're going to be coming across a very, very important skip of the game that I'm going to need to focus on. If I miss it, I'll probably reload a safety save so we can do it, but yeah. The weave, that is the most important weave, okay. Hold your applause. We just need to get out of here. Excuse me, Mr. Snake. And we are out of there!
Good job. So Yawn is a menace. The big reason why we'd have the reload is because if you get touched at all, you are poisoned with a super poison that you can only cure with special serum, which is the one we got earlier for Richard before he drank it all and died. Maybe if you didn't drink it all, it'd be safer. You could have left some for us.
Yawn is a menace not only like in these remakes, but in the originals and in every version of RE1. Yawn is just the worst guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a little bit more weeder on the Nintendo DS because, like I don't know, like if it's like a placebo thing, but I actually do think that like that room is smaller on like the Nintendo DS version, so it kind of like gives you like a lot of rubbing room with the snake. I'm going to open very quickly a shortcut here that I am going to use a little bit later, and there's this puzzle. We have to have a very specific sequence of buttons press. And this is basically like, I guess, like explaining like the cycle of life. I just remember it by numbers.
I'm glad you remember it because I write it down normally. I don't want to memorize this. There's like 6 paintings. I write it down.
I have it on a split, but I haven't had to like remember it for like quite some time. But like, yeah, you're basically pressing buttons for, like depicting the newborn baby to the crawling child to the elderly old man. And once you do complete this, the final crest will be available to you. So we kind of cleared this first bit of the mansion, and we're going to be moving onwards to the second part. I'm going to be focusing on one specific zombie dodge, but then we should be home free. We should be able to enter the crest and enter the next arena. There we go. Nice. The last little bit of danger before we move on is this guard dog. Now, we haven't really talked about dogs much in Resident Evil, but they are jerks as they are in like literally every game. This guy is like literally on my tail, might actually like push me out of the trigger range for this. Ow, and hopefully not. No, all right, cool. We're gonna be doing a little bit of quick menuing. Like the touch screen is like incredibly useful for quick menuing and also tactical reloading for this grenade launcher. If Jill can please push the, Jill!
She's trying her best.
Not. Surely is. We're gonna be grabbing this crank in order to pretty much open up this intermediate area called the courtyard. And while we do that, we have a little bit of a lull time for me to activate where we want to go. So Nicole, I miss you. Can we please read out some donations?
I miss you too. Absolutely we can. I have $300 from Cal. They say less than 3. Less than 3 to you as well. Anonymous donates $10. Excited to see some Resident Evil. Nicole, how many pickles can you fit in a donation? I hate pickles, so that is not the correct answer to what would be on a Jill sandwich, but nice try. Someone in chat did say Jill pickles would be on a Jill sandwich, so I get it, but like $10 from SCR. What's in a Jill sandwich? It's shorthand for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Sorry.
I was scared.
I'm sorry. And I have $10 from Fumofu. Had to stay up to watch Bobby's Resident Evil run. Go fast so I can go to bed.
I'm trying. We're going to be going into the guardhouse right now. I'm going to be trying to weave these dogs, and the weaves were successful, so now I think we're pretty much home free, even though we are in, like, yellow health. Another big perk about the accessibility of Jill as a speedrun category is that it actually starts you off with a first aid kit, and we're going to be using that before we take on our second boss fight here. But it's just going to be grabbing keys, go into these objectives, and we'll have some more time for Nicole to read some donations in a little bit. But at this point in the game, you kind of figure out, all right, something's going awry. Bravo team's dead. Barry's nowhere to be found. And Wesker is just, I mean, God, he's hot, but like Wesker, right? So we're going to go ahead, activate another cutscene where Jill is overhearing Wesker being up to nefarious no good for whatever reason, but I thought he was on our side. Grab some more keys here, and then we are going to one of my favorite points in the game. It's incredibly riveting in its actions per minute. Like if you know Resident Evil 1, then like you are as hyped for this segment as I am. But we are going to be pushing, unlocking, and a really important thing, especially for a single segment run of this game, is inventory management. You definitely want to throw away all of your key items that you don't really have a use for anymore. If you press no, then you might be in a little bit of trouble. But we are in that guardhouse basement. It is one of my favorite segments in this run. It is block puzzle time. We are pushing these blocks. We are turning them around, and we are pushing them into each other and into a moat. And that's pretty much the extent of how I can hype this up. So, Nicole, please.
No, you were doing a great job at that. That was really, really good. Well, I have something that is going to make me sad again. Cubivore donates $50, peanut butter and chili. It's gonna get me every time. I'm so sorry. I have $5 from Slowest Poke. The perfect Jill sandwich definitely has berry on the side. Greetings to the night crew. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much. And I have $250 from Spoopy Pumpkin. Shout out to my fiance, who is an avid GDQ watcher. I can't wait to marry you and continue being a little family with our puppy Nugget. That is so sweet. I know, right?
Round of applause for Nugget. Oh. You kidding me?
Right? I'm losing it. That's very cute.
All right, we have I'd say about a minute or two worth of more donations.
All right, I've got $25 from Doomy. They say had to donate during the horror block, especially Resident Evil. Please find Chris. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Anna donates $20. Love watching GDQ post-holidays as I get no work done. Thanks for everything you do. We will not tell your boss, I promise. Anonymous donates $50. They do not leave a comment, but Anonymous, thank you so very much for your donation. And Anonymous also donates $250. Thank you again for that donation. There is no comment, but much appreciated. Also, I'm glad we have the same view on Wesker. By the way, thank you so much for that. It's very validating.
Like Barry's pretty daddy, but like Wesker is like,
Wesker's, yeah, thank you.
Right?
You really make me feel good about myself now. No one agrees with me, so I know you've got me when no one else does.
You got it. All right, so we drained the water. We're just gonna be getting more keys, and this key will actually bring us to our second encounter. We can't even call it a fight. It's an encounter. But before we do that, we got the drop on the deck and flop like a fish. Those sharks were really hype gasping for air, and I do not care.
You ruined their home.
How are we supposed to breathe?
Sorry.
Also, I guess it's been asked earlier. We never actually talked about it. What do you all think is on, like, what is the Jill sandwich? Obviously, they have the donations. Although I want to make an argument, it's probably a panini.
Why?
It's pressed.
All right.
Yeah, she gets.
Yeah, that's worthy of a boo. Go.
How dare you?
It's accurate. That's the room.
How could you do this?
Well, I mean, I think Wesker did it.
Yeah, but Wesker's absolved of all sin because of how amazing he is.
I mean, then there's nothing to blame then.
All right. We're going to be solving this puzzle and topping up on our health by using a first aid spray. And right through here, we'll encounter the plant 42. We just need 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, all right, awesome. This is, just clap for that. That was such a great boss fight. Jill did that all by herself. I don't know why Barry's here. He didn't really need to do anything. He just wanted to watch and cheer on his best pal. All right. In canon, Barry comes to save you on a lot of the occasions. Jill is actually like panned out to be a bit of a klutz in that manner, where through every encounter something bad happens to her. If you actually suffer enough damage and are infected during the first yawn encounter, Barry will actually come and save you if you manage to escape, but you'll end up like passing out like in the corridor before or something. Like there are these like different pathways, decisions, and flags that you can check in order to work yourself toward an ending, work yourself towards saving or rescuing a survivor, or rather having your companion, which would be Barry in our case, survive. This is Jill Classic Bad Ending, so we will not be seeing any of that today. Sorry about not being able to save Chris or whatever, but hey, maybe another GDQ or something. We're going to be backtracking because, I mean, honestly, since this game is a Resident Evil, it did coin, like, survival horror and all that stuff. But, like, at the heart, this is truly a Metroidvania. Like, you go back, you grab more powerful items, you grab progression items, and oh my god, there's a hunter in the way. Ah!
Yeah, hunters are pretty menacing. Definitely one of the deadliest enemies in RE1. Classic thing for many runners, depending on your health state, they can be kind of okay or really, really bad. General idea is I'm pretty sure if you're in yellow or lower, they can just one-shot you.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be doing our very, very best to dodge. We're actually going to be going in and taking in a little bit more of this ammo because we do not want to let go of this grenade launcher. I know we have the handgun in there, but that is obviously like way too slow. And the way that we use our knife in here is actually not for these boss battle purposes. I'm going to be doing a tactical reload by just touching on the screen while we get set up for the next encounter. All right, in this room, Jill just sees a piano. It's like, oh my god, I gotta play it. And the second encounter, I know it's a snake. The snake is here again, but we have a grenade launcher. And we're actually gonna be using the maximum efficacy. So I'm gonna be just holding, and then through this, I'm gonna be actually holding upwards. If you do attack, if you do shoot diagonally, or rather up or down, you will end up shooting faster and all that. All right, see if I can get this weave. Nice, bing bong. I'm sorry, I hear this music, I just think bing bong.
Honestly, it's a lot better than the director's cut music on here.
I'm really glad they decided to retread on that. I don't know. Chad, do you like the DualShock version of the basement better, or do you like OG's music? Do you like the Doots?
My favorite part about that song was apparently the guy was so ashamed of it, he claimed that after he wrote it, that he was deaf when he wrote it, and that somebody else actually wrote it after that didn't work. I don't think either one actually worked out, but it sounds like someone, I'm sure someone else here could describe it better than I can.
I think they did, fart trumpets.
Yeah,
it really
pretty much.
All right, we dipped in here to grab the battery, and this will actually help us skirt around the courtyard a little bit so we can actually get to where we need to go. The overarching goal, we have one of two Doom Bucks, which has a little bit of a medallion inside, which we will use to unlock the gate in the fountain, and with that, the elevator down to the research facility. Is that what they call it? Yeah, I think it's research facility.
Yep.
But until then, we do have a couple of more hunters to dodge. Hopefully we get no love taps here. Nice. These weaves are absolutely very important. If I were to take a safety heal during the course of this run, it wouldn't even be until we hit that very final segment of the run. So everything, the pathing, and especially skirting around these hunters is absolutely key. These will be like the most annoying enemies in the game until we hit those final rooms and actually face the chimeras for the first time. So we're gonna be skirting through this and just making our way out. Oh my god, jump scare!
He came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
I don't think the hunter scared me nearly as much as you did just now.
Well, maybe if you get on yellow health, you might have to watch out for Bob.
That's the real final boss of Resident Evil, by the way.
Yeah, after the run,
Yeah, the B virus and all that, right?
Go through the jump slash. He'll just leap across the room like 20 feet.
All right, I mean, like, we're just gonna be doing backtracking so I can insert this battery so we can, get to where we need to be going. So can Nicole, another minute's worth of donations, por favor.
You've got it. So you were hyping up the block puzzle earlier, and Sumo donates $5. My favorite GDQ block is block puzzle block. Thank you so much for that donation. I have a $5 donation from Side of Beans. I'm more of a Jill salad person myself. It's very brave. Thank you very much. $25 from Viridian 64. A Jill sandwich definitely has some Jill pickles on it. You have to stop. You've got to stop with Jill pickles. I cannot handle them. Thank you. But also thank you. Don't stop. Wobble D donates $10 and says, Wobble D. It is 4:15 a.m. Please. Thank you very much. I cannot handle this. I appreciate all of your donations, though. Thank you very much. We are, as an update to our upgrade to 100% for Crossroad at 765 out of 3,000. So if you would like to donate towards that, make sure you select it when you do your donation. Rafa donates $500. Resident Evil was the first game I knew as a 6-year-old kid. Traumatized at first, huge fan now. Let's fight the virus together and work towards a great cause. Good luck to Bobby.
Oh, I got that there, but that's fine. Yeah, this is like actually one of like the best things about like speed running, right? Just kind of piggybacking off of that last donation comment. We kind of route these games out. We kind of, like practice to beat these at single segment because we want to conquer what made us pretty fearful and pretty nervous as a kid or when we first played it, right? Like we were playing survival horror, but like we're surviving, y'all. Like we're pretty much near the end of the game here. We're gonna skip a cutscene where Enrico gets assassinated out of nowhere because he was about to divulge the contents, the tea spilled, if you will, about Umbrella and Wesker's hand in it. All right, a couple specific dodges here. Nice no love taps. And then we picked up this second crank, and yeah, my inventory is getting like pretty cramped right now. Now I gotta be a little bit closer. Nice. But don't worry, at the very end, we will eventually have everything that we need, all the space that we need. We're gonna be making some room here by activating this stage hazard. Oh no, it's not pre-rendered. I wonder what it could do.
Do you think Wesker just put that there?
Yeah, like single-handedly.
Yeah, he just pushed it up and was like, all right, this'll get her.
There's only one man I know in Resident Evil that can push a boulder that size.
Well, he's in like jail right now. They have to give him like the MO disc to free him. He's also not strong yet. That's after Code Veronica.
1, 2. All right, we just want to make sure that we do not get poisoned because that would kind of be bad.
I like, by the way, that you skipped like a pretty huge boss fight.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess while we work on the boulder here, that was Black Tiger. Normally it's like the big spider, and you have two options where you can either kill him or you can, just break the webs. We broke the webs, and it's a lot easier. Also, boulder.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, especially since we're doing, with the rocket launcher and not having to go at it with like the knife, like some strategies have it. Just need to, there we go. All right, this will give us our final Doom Buck, and then we can actually exit this underground segment and go into the research facility. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The amount of time that you do have to push the geometry also kind of varies on Nintendo DS. So like, again, these rooms aren't exactly like 1-to-1 in size, but definitely in flavor. We're gonna be weaving in and out of here. And we are almost done. And while I open up these bucks, Nicole, if you want to take it away with a couple minutes more of donations.
Absolutely. I have Matt with $5. What's Jill's favorite candy?
Oh my God.
It's chili beans. Thank you. Your reaction to that was everything. Maniac Bob donates $20. I prefer to turn the Jill pickles into Jill relish for my sandwiches, which while I appreciate you changing it from pickles, it doesn't make it any better, but thank you very much. $20 from Squid Leopard. If a Jill sandwich is anything like the Night Crew, it's the perfect amount of hammy and a little cheesy, and apparently has no pickles. Love GDQ and love the Night Crew. Less than 3. Less than 3 to you as well. Thank you very much. And yes, it has absolutely 0 pickles. Thank you very much.
All right, we're in a final area of the game pretty much, and we kind of got to lock in. There are a lot of things that can hinder our progress here. The beginning monsters here, zombies, whatever you want to call them, aren't really that scary. But the enemies that are going to be spawning from like here and like thereon are going to be just really, really fearsome. But first, we are going to have to type furiously on Discord for a little bit. So welcome to the Umbrella Corporation login system. We are going to need a couple of things that we could have gotten and searched for, but we already know the answer to. It's just the last 4 digits of my social security number. That's going to be the last, the date. No, it's going to be John Ada.
Okay, your social security number is John?
Yeah.
That's really good, actually. Can I tell you something diabolical someone in chat said?
Sure.
They called Jill Pickles Jickles, and which is diabolical, and I felt like everyone, I'm sorry if I had to read it.
That just gave me the jiggles, all right? Like, it sounds like something bad.
You can carry on now, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we unlocked floor B2 here. Oh, I don't even know how to like recover after that, but
me neither.
Because there's supposed to be like, you know, like more lore stuff, but then like, I almost called Jill Jickle, all right? Anybody?
I can't stop thinking about it either.
Can't stop thinking about the Jickle.
Sorry.
Nicole! This is going. It's like almost like what? It's 4:30, like 5.
Well,
first off, I just want to thank everyone for like sticking with me, and those that are actually like in here, like in attendance, are like absolutely amazing because y'all could have been asleep by now. Thank you. I mean, I'll do shout out to the minute. We're coming out to this this Chimera this segment where they are incredibly jumpy. We're gonna be having to weave a little bit just so that we can dodge their attacks. One of them is in the air right here. One of them will be on the ground. I'm gonna be trying an alternate way to kind of like dodge this guy. There we go. Just kind of taking the long way around because sometimes he just like to unperch and just like do whatever he wants, and I kind of don't want that to happen. I'm just gonna try to like bait real here, and that was a really clean segment. We're not done yet because we do need to push the button, press this switch, and launch this facility out of the sky. Because obviously everything is terrible here. Give me a second so I can do a little stutter step and hug this rail right here. All right, excellent dodges. We are at full health for the Tyrant fight. This is going to be no problem at all.
So what kind of bread do you think is on the Jill sandwich?
Oh my God, it dices.
Well, I'm thinking it's like she's like really just like a gremlin. It's like pancakes. Like.
No, but that's such a good question. And Sky Vickner donates $5 to say that we're all talking about what's on a Jill sandwich, but nobody's asked the real question, is Jill sandwich a hot dog?
I think it's like just 2 pancakes.
Also, shout out to everyone on night shift and thanks to the GDQ Discord for keeping me company tonight, less than 3, and trans rights.
Also, the bioweapon's dead.
Trans rights and the bioweapon is dead, absolutely. Yeah, you can clap for that.
It died like immediately. The ultimate weapon, oh wait, it's dead.
Super Tyrant is a pushover in so many games. And it's really strange because he's the last boss. I don't know why they would do that.
Well, again, if we were to get the absolute best ending, give me a second. There we go, nice weave. If we were to get the best ending and like save everyone and get to like see Chris and all that stuff, then and only then will you unlock the true final boss where you actually fight the Tyrant on a helipad, but then again, like a rocket launcher kind of kills him. So, speaking of kill, oh no, Barry's dead, and we will never forget you.
What was his name?
Damn.
Who is
Jill Sandwich?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, Poblano, okay.
I think it was like Cherry.
We are almost done with the run. We have one lift up, and then we just can get to escaping all by our very lonesome. So right now, I will take the time to say thank you, folks. There was a lot of various obstacles and IRL things that were really big hurdles in my life, and it was definitely things like this, like GDQ, that helps me keep going. But not only that, a lot of you folks definitely did support me to get here, and that's time, by the way. And
We love Bobbeigh.
Woo. This is coming into my 10th year of performing and volunteering for such a great brand. And when we raise money like this, like the magic, even in the late or early hours, wherever you are, can be felt from every corner of the world. It is through people like you that empowers our message and our vision throughout every hour of the day, throughout the 7 days that we are live here. And I am incredibly blessed to have a support system that lifts me up enough to be able to do things like these, to be able to create a community, to be able to lift up many, many speedrunners like us. There have been so many first-time people like RJ really crushing it for this. And like, it's been 10 years for me, and I just want to say thank you for everything. I know you've seen me a lot today, and who's to say for like, you know, many more months to come. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. You mean the world to me. The crew, the horror game community that I met at GDQ 2022 kind of like took me in, even though I didn't run a Resident Evil game. They were just like really, really cool, supportive people. And this was like sort of like my project to them because I honestly like really love this game, and I just like wanted to fit in with, you know, a lot of the people that I find cool. TLDR, I'm incredibly humbled. And make sure you watch the rest of the horror game blog. Resident Evil Survivor is a hell of a run, and Punchy definitely has some really good quips in store for you. And continue to watch the rest of the marathon. Whether you are here, whether you are just waking up, we do appreciate you very much. This has been Bobbeigh. Take care, we'll see you soon. Have a good night.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so after getting off with some flexes, this is Proto Man mode, and it's a bit different from Mega Man. The main thing being, this game was not intended to have a slide or a charge shot, and while casually that may not seem like a big deal, that incredibly changes how the route works and just how playing the general game is. Like you can see right here, where Mega Man you might be familiar with, he goes to concrete first, so you can do concrete zips, just good weapon. No, Proto Man's heading straight off to Tornado, so you can just rush Jet through all this crap, because where Mega Man needs to do 4 Robot Masters before he gets Jet, Proto just starts right off with it. But yeah, that's the main difference. The charge shot you can also see, it's not going to come too much in. Like the other route you can do for this game is Splash first, which has a faster boss fight, but you're just going to see a lot of cool route stuff with this game. So I guess now that the game is introduced, let's get a little roll call on the couch if you want to.
Dusler.
I'm Plum.
Directional Pad. Crank Attack.
Yeah, and he couldn't be here, but a big shout out to Robo Ridley because he helped route this game. So yeah, just while Proto 9 may not have as big of a community as Mega 9, there's a lot of people who put a lot of time into this. But yeah, just right here, this entire last section of Tornado, these 1-block slides are incredibly tricky, and yeah, well, in a marathon setting, you're not even going to go for them, but when you're just like grinding very serious attempts of this game, just, a lot of stuff in Mega Man 9 is brutal when you add a slide into it. So yeah, coming up, here's the first boss, and you're going to see just how powerful that charge shot is. But yeah, just bust to the rest, because iframes in this game are extremely short, since Mega Man doesn't have a charge shot to work with.
One thing to note, if you look at Slurpy's screen, he's taking a lot more damage than Mega Man would in this game. Proto Man takes double damage.
Yeah, and not only double damage, but Proto Man also has double knockback. And this game is supposed to have a lot of little gotcha moments where the game just tries to throw an enemy out of a pit at you. And with Proto Man's double knockback, a lot of that can just instantly kill you. So this is a very easy game to die in.
One thing you might have noticed as well is the runners were trying to end the boss fight in the center of the boss chamber. Proto Man and Mega Man both will run towards the center of the chamber. If they don't land at the center of the chamber during the fight, the minute the last hit of the boss is made, they stick wherever they are in the chamber and then have to run. So they're going to be trying to end most of their boss fights in the middle of the chamber as much as possible to save time.
Yeah, that may not seem like much, but over the course of the run, that can add up to like...
3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot. It adds up over all 8 Robot Masters. And the weapon Slurpee and Black just got from... like one recurring theme in Mega Man 9 is all the weapons in this game are extremely good. And Tornado Blow, in addition to just being the general screen nuke, it also gives you a higher jump. So having this weapon is extremely useful. And you're going to see a couple varying strats on this boss, one of them involving T-Blow. So Slurpee just swapped there. One interesting thing about how T-Blow works, which Slurpee actually just got, you can double hit with it because the way it works is it's like, think of a line going across the screen that slowly rises up. If you hit the boss initially with it while it's low, and then as the thing is rising, if the boss is still on that line as their iframes run out, they'll get hit again. It's extremely inconsistent, so if they don't get it, it's not the runner's fault. It's just such a very, very tiny window to get.
Some other differences with Proto Man, you'll notice he has a shield. If you were to run straight without sliding, you can actually block projectiles with that.
Yeah, and you're going to see that in a couple of stages, like in Galaxy it's used.
And his hitbox is also shorter and wider, and so if you run the game as Mega Man and switch to Proto, it can change things up, because on top of his hitbox being different, you actually see his Buster shoots lower.
Yeah, so one thing that Slurpee could have had happen on that boss fight that would have made it a little bit better is, like I mentioned, how that you can get the double hits earlier. T-Blow does so much damage to him. If you do get a double hit on Magma, you save a lot of time. But if you don't, it's not a huge deal because the iframes are so short on the bosses.
Iframes in this game are generally 3 frames, so you take a shot, you have 3 frames where you can't actually hit the boss again, and then you're able to hit him on that 4th frame.
Yeah, compared to other Mega Man games that have charged shots where the iframes are more like 60 frames. In this, you can just go to town on bosses with mashing. Yeah, so this is Hornet, and on Hornet, you're going to see a few T-Blow high jumps, but in addition to that, you're also going to see a mid-boss. And the mid-boss has a couple different strats you can do just because of Proto Man. With your Buster firing lower, it's much, much easier to hit the, I don't know what you want to call them, the
Flower.
plant clock. There we go,
Boss.
flower. I like it.
So one interesting mechanic in this level, you could see kind of those platforms that they shot and rolled out. After a certain amount of time, they'll actually roll back and you're unable to stand on those. So the runners have to be quick to be able to pass those sections without getting knocked back into the spikes and dying.
And both of the runners just had a really, really good flower mid-boss because that's not consistent. Wherever he spawns, ooh. Yeah, that's just, this game is very easy to die in, so that's rough, but don't worry, because Black...
There's still a lot of race, trust me. That is not the end for Slurpee right there.
Yeah, where Black's ahead right now, this game is extremely unforgiving. Just the most minor mistakes can end in costly deaths like you just saw. So this race is by no means over.
There's a lot of random elements in Mega Man 9 that actually prevented the game from being optimized for quite a few years, and the work that Black and Slurpee have been putting into this route have actually helped things quite a bit.
Robo Ridley as well did a lot of optimization. Blacktastic and Slurpee Ninja both
Yeah, and I guess
rerouted all of basically what you see here today on Proto Man 9, and Robo Ridley came in and he couldn't be with us, and he found these little tiny optimizations across all these different levels that just made this run so much quicker, so much smoother, so much more efficient.
But what it should be mentioned, though, is how he mentioned it was rerouted. There's a Japanese runner who, unfortunately, he's just kind of off the face of the planet. But Aguawaf, he is an absolute beast at this game. And he just, for ages, had an uncontested record in this game. And it wasn't until the reroute that anyone could actually beat Aguawaf's time, just because it was so solid.
So you noticed with Slurpee Ninja and Black's fights that they had there against Hornet Man, you can actually charge the Magma Bazooka, and that makes that fight much quicker, and they'll be doing the same thing again in the refights.
Yeah, so this is the stage that Aguawaf does first, because of how Proto Man starts out with the Protojet. With that, there's supposed to be like a bubble section where you ride up vertical screen transitions on the bubbles, but you can use Protojet as a temporary platform, and you can basically skip the whole thing.
Yeah. It's coming up
a lot
right here
harder
for,
than it looks, though. So
right here on the Blacktastic, he's coming up to it. He's going to be using Protojet. You're supposed to ride the big bubbles up this screen, and these small ones will pop after just a few seconds of being on them, but they're abusing Jet and the bubbles to make it up this screen significantly faster than you normally would be able to. It is about a 35 second time save.
yeah. And then it might not be obvious, but one of the things that makes that trick so hard is the spot that Blue's Jet actually comes down on that's where your vertical position is when the sort of teleport for it comes down. So actually getting that exactly where you want is very tricky. And then Splash Woman is also coming up, and one of the reasons why Splash is such a fast robot master to do fast is because she takes double damage from your Buster, and in addition to charge shots, that is a ton of damage. And you saw Slurpee with a little swag block on that bullet.
Funny to note that Splash Woman has some of the least RNG of any boss, but the weapon you have to kill her with has the most RNG.
So when he shoots those hornets out, actually, they track onto either an enemy or the boss, and so he's jumping to Splash Woman's position in order to try to manipulate those to get to him. But they kind of have a mind of their own, and they'll go after the fish that come on the screen, and so you'll lose damage by hitting those instead of Splash Woman.
Yeah, the bees just do whatever they want. The bees are bad.
Not the bees.
Oh no.
Bees!
So coming up on the Blacktastic screen is Concrete Man stage. There's a bunch of differences on this stage compared to Mega Man.
That was a really good fight from Slurpee right there.
You'll notice elephants are what are going to be coming up in a moment. They're basically the Concrete Man stage's mini-boss. And on Mega Man, you would actually start on Concrete Man stage and you would try to buster through them. But because of the damage that Proto Man takes, these runners had to find a different way of killing them. And this is now going to involve, as Bobbeigh just switched to Magma Bazooka, where they can optimally kill him just like that.
The main thing with these is it wasn't Proto's lack of damage, but it's actually a different thing you could do. Proto Man, we should have mentioned this earlier, but he can only have 2 shots on screen at once. However, there is a way to get around this. If you bring out something like a Proto Jet or Proto Coil and leave it on screen, for some reason they forgot to bring Proto back to 2 bullets, so you can just have 3 on screen. And with the 2 on screen restriction, mashing them down was not only slow, but incredibly difficult. And yeah, just with the old route, you wouldn't have Magma for the dudes, which just 2 shots them, so.
I believe in the original Proto route they used Trident, did they not?
Yep. Yeah. So Bobbie's coming up here to Concrete Man, and he's going to be using the Trident. And normally in the Mega Man route, you use Buster here, and it's very difficult. But with the Trident, you can shoot through the concrete blocks.
Bobbeigh with the double hit.
Yeah, the Tridents also can do more than 1 damage, which Blacktastic just got.
Oh, and like Slurpee,
Very nice jump start.
you can do some really cool stuff in this game with T-Blow. That high jump just, it's like at the threshold where you can make such minor little jumps that save a ton of time.
Yeah, T-Blow was a 1 block jump, so he has to kind of fit himself just barely in there, otherwise he won't get it and he'll fall down.
Yeah, just Slurpee went in this fight with Concrete
So
does
close.
a lot of damage. But you're going to see Black start to use a lot of T-Blow on this stage just because those jumps are so good.
This is a very interesting stage that the Blacktastic is currently running. It's got just a few differences, T-Blow being one of them, compared to the Mega Man route, but the kicker of this stage, is the boss. This is one of the more RNG-heavy bosses in the game. Good job, Slurpee. Good job. And depending on the RNG, he could lose a lot of time here, giving Slurpee a chance to catch right back up.
Yeah, this boss can just kind of fly around, and his weakness is the concrete shot, which is just a very low-to-the-ground projectile. So you need him to just be standing in front of you.
And with Proto Man's Buster being so much lower than Mega Man's, the concrete shot changes drastically.
So I'm going to try again here. So Galaxy Man and Mega Man 9, what do you guys think? Best theme of the game?
Not
Yay
at
or
all,
nay?
No. No. Overrated as heck.
We got time for some donations too, if you'd like, Blecky.
Perfect, thank you. Slash Arbiter donates $10. From Slash to both Slurpee and Blacktastic. Best of luck on the race. Wish I could be there with you guys, but it's all good.
Yeah, and then the reflected shots aren't just reflected, but as you saw, Black just managed to kill him with the reflected shot. So if you're really good with that, you can do some neat things.
Slash Arbiter is part of the Mega Man 9 community, so thank you, Slash.
Huz AFK donates $10. Shoutouts to both Mega Man 9 runners in the upcoming race. Rooting for my man, the Blacktastic. $10 to his choice.
All right, so this right here actually could give Slurpee a pretty good chance to make up some time. It looks like Bobby got the pattern. Very nice.
Watch on
Two
Slurpee's-
swoops. Two swoops.
Oh,
Two scoops. Very nice. So that looks like it's pretty intuitive, but those shots are actually pretty tight, and you definitely have to practice that fight in order to get the quick kill.
Yeah, difference Slurpee does, though, is he does that screen you just saw with Jet instead of Coil, and using Jet on that is extremely tough, but it is actually a time save. Oh, the double net kill.
You notice Slurpee just shoot a concrete shot on that Met and slide underneath it. They are block slides in this game. They're actually pretty difficult to do, and Slurpee's kind of a master of them. So you might see him do that again in a couple of stages coming up.
That back damage boost is so cool on the concrete shot.
All right, we'll see what kind of RNG that Slurpee gets here. And you can see Blacktastic abusing Tornado Blow once again. It just makes things so much faster.
Oh,
no
both runners
way.
got double swoops.
No way.
We still got refights, though, so...
Yeah, on top of the RNG throughout the stages, when you come into the refights, the bosses have the exact same patterns. So it's what makes running this game so difficult. You can get perfect RNG through the Robot Masters, come into Wily, have great stages, go to the refights, and just lose a bunch of time without having any options.
Yeah, and another change from Ogwolof's route, which saves a fair bit of time, is normally the meatball, you gotta wait for him to just mess around up atop, and then you come down and you concrete shot him. But with Hornet Chaser, you can just immediately make him fall, and then just charge Magnum Bazooka, just blows him away.
Do some more donations, Blecky.
Great, so I'm going to do one for, rooting for each particular runner. Solid Smith with $5. Slurpee, bro, dude, Dave, you got this race. You must use that technique. Also, good luck to both Blacktastic and Slurpee. It should be an awesome race. These guys are beasts at MM9.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, even though Slurpee is kind of far behind, like half the stage, this game just is so easy to die in that it's by no means over.
So you saw the Blacktastic use the Black Hole Bomb there, and that's the weapon that he got from Galaxy Man. But by placing it in a certain position in the chamber, you can jump, and that manipulates Jewel Man. He follows whatever you do. So when you jump, he jumps, and by placing it in a specific position, you can get more hits than intended by just forcing him into the Black Hole Bomb.
Dude, these swings are hard, but...
He played it safe. He played it safe.
So meanwhile, Slurpee Ninja isn't getting all the love. Bagel Thief and Lady Smile, I hope I pronounced that right, donate $20. Couldn't not donate during the Proto 9 run when our son, the Blacktastic, is running against the legend Slurpee Ninja. Hoping for a good Wily casino for the both of you, and the donation goes to winner's choice. Love, Mom and Dad.
This stage right here is really, really tricky because this is a Yoku block stage, as you can see right here. And these Yoku blocks are on global cycles from when you start the stage. So you can't mess up at all. Otherwise, there's a really long Yoku block room where you basically... You're going to lose a lot of time, or you're probably going to die if you mess up the stage at all.
And you just saw Bobby miss the optimal movement on that, so he's going to have...
He needs to improv a little bit, but not too much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind that they have to save some energy for the P-Jet as well. So if they run out, then they have to do that part way differently.
Oh, our boy Bobby wanted us to do that stuff.
D-Nice donates $10. Shoutouts to my boy Blacktastic for repping the FGC. Wishing you the best of luck on your speedrun, and put the animals in a body bag.
Slurpee also missing the optimal block cycle for Plugman stage.
Everything about this game is impossible. That last room, one of the hardest screens in the whole game. And then Jewel can kind of be scary if you go in with a low HP. Black got lucky and got a lot of health drops though, but Jewel does a ton of contact damage, so you need to be really careful on him. Oh, and here's Slurpee's chance.
E-Tanks!
Don't worry, we got you, Slurpee. Yeah, so plug ball, it may not look like much now, but Yoku blocks suck. That's just rough, but that's how this game goes. This game is extremely brutal, just with double damage, so many instant death traps, adding and sliding to this mix when this game was not made for sliding, double knockback, with just like all the instant death traps like I mentioned. This game is just out for you. This game wants you to die a lot of times. So just the fact that like Slurpee's even doing this at all, like pretty consistently, that's amazing.
That's the optimal right there. You
Yeah.
just got it. That's beautiful.
Movement in this game is just so slick when you're like using the weapons properly.
So you can see Bobbeigh has started in Wily 1 here. There's an intended route. You can see these platforms. You're supposed to use Tornado Blow there, but it's quicker if you just use Proto Jet and carry on through.
And coming back up is the refight of the Chain Key Dragon, which you saw in Magma Man stage. Both of these runners actually have a different approach on how they go about fighting them.
Ooh.
Look at that double knockback. What a great game.
So when Blacktastic was going there, if you turn to the left, whatever direction you're facing, obviously you get knocked back. And so if you turn to the left, you can get knocked back through the enemy and carry on, but that double knockback is extremely brutal.
So the Blacktastic's actually going to be fighting this dragon on the ground for a one cycle, and he got it.
The one cycle you need to mash extremely fast for. That is by no means easy.
And we'll see what Slurpee does when he gets there very soon.
So as you can tell with these lava beams that are coming across, you can just use concrete shot to freeze those and walk across them. And after a short amount of time, they turn back into lava, but by no means do they have to worry about that. There's actually no way that you can hit those spikes because you don't jump high enough from the bottom. So it's kind of deceiving and makes you get a little more stressed out than you should be.
Well, this game does have enough spike ceilings where... Oh, and coming up, I mentioned this earlier, but...
Everyone's favorite boss?
Yeah, where Proto Man is supposed to only have 2 shots on screen, Black is leaving out Coil, so now Black has access to 3 Buster shots on screen at once. And with these 3 lemons, it just makes mashing these guys down a lot nicer.
So the idea behind this is that you push the spikes into the turrets, and then they actually change colors, and if the spike gets pushed too far, as you can see from that top guy, they actually shoot a different shot that tracks to your position. And so the way that Bobbeigh's going through these is to minimize having to dodge those while maximizing damage at the same time. Very nice.
Yes, that boss is a little scary, but he got through it all.
And you notice he ended it at the top of the stage. He will have to teleport from the bottom otherwise, so he made a very big effort to get to the top of the stage right before he could
And then
he
if
could
you
no
were
longer
just
move.
watching Slurpee, that's the thing with this game. All the weapons in this game are really good, so where Black just kind of risked getting hit by all those instant death spikes, he went through the first screen with a Jewel Satellite, which made that pretty trivial, but it did take a weapon swap. But you get more slides in, so there's a trade-off to it.
So there's definitely a lot of areas in this level that are designed for you to use weapon power-ups to defeat enemies or to break through certain blocks. Those blocks that you see on the screen, you can use Trident to break through, but a lot of it we're just going to bypass either by damage boosting or by using the Proto Jet, as you can see on this screen in particular. There's also a lot of false floors here. You can see kind of these cinema guys putting fake floors, and that doesn't mean that they're actually building a solid platform to stand on. You can jump right through those. This concrete room is really cool.
On Slurpy's screen, he's coming up to Chain Key Dragon. He's going to be using Coil to jump up and take the dragon out in the air. And the Blacktastic just showed up to the Flower refight, which we saw in Hornet Man stage.
Just classic Mega Man, kind of recycling the bosses with different weapons to give you a new challenge.
Both of them did very well done on that.
And then just like with some tricky baiting, instead of damage boosting, you just get right by all those just underwater mines, whatever you want to call them.
Completely optimal on Bobby's part right there. Slide forward, Bobby.
Oh! So you can see Blacktastic tiptoeing right there. That jump's extremely tight. You can go for it and hit it at full speed. The ability that a lot of Mega Man games are known for is the ability to kind of inch forward and use your toe to grip platforms. And casually, that's generally what you do, but going for speed, that jump is still extremely
Well,
tight.
as Proto Man, though, since you can extend your hitbox even further off the ledge with the slide, it's a lot easier to do as Proto Man, but it just feels pretty scary, too.
Yeah, you can take that momentum and just run with it.
Yeah, so like in a marathon setting, they want to be safe, but like the jump is a lot easier as Proto Man to do without slowing down.
Got
And
some
yeah,
time for donations, Blecky, if you'd like.
Wonderful. The support keeps pouring in. Infinite Mystery donates $50. Good luck to Slurpy Ninja.
Yo, thanks, Infinite.
I am.
Awesome boss kill. Infinite Mystery says, good luck to Slurpy Ninja and Blacktastic. This donation goes towards the Mega Man 9 winner's choice.
The Blacktastic playing this part right before the boss, a little safe to make sure he has enough health.
Yeah, and
this Mega Mecha Shark coming up can do a lot of damage to Proto Man, and it's a 3-phase boss.
Because why wouldn't it be, right? The next phase is going to be the scariest of all, though, because there's going to be a very low ceiling that does a ton of damage, and he's going to try and alternate between the two little turrets on the left and right side, just barely avoiding the spikes, but getting the laser tridents on him.
And this fight with Proto Man is much more difficult than Mega.
Because of
just
the lower
that
buster.
lower ceiling and the lower buster makes that extremely tight.
All right, very
Nice
good
fight,
fight from
Black.
Black. Ooh, Slurpy got the
weaving his
swag
way
jumps.
through with those concrete swag. Nice flower.
Ooh, cutting it close on those spikes.
So there's kind of a strange mechanic in this level where you are at a controlled speed and you're traveling vertically. So you can see that Blacktastic used the proto coil there in order to get to the top of the screen just to save himself some time once he gets here. By shooting your buster either to the right or the left, it pushes you back, and so you just kind of have to wait and go up the stage and dodge the enemies as you go. There's really no way to expedite this.
Yeah, but
that
this
anybody's
confirms
found
it's a
yet.
good Mega Man game because it can't be a good Mega Man game without auto-scrollers. I mean, just
Absolutely,
look
yeah.
at Mega Man 8 now. That's a good game.
A quick $50 from Iggy. Really want that Wily Wars. Good luck in the Mega Man 9 race, Slurpy Ninja. Awesome runs this year. Shoutouts to SGO.
So we'll see if Slurpy goes for the little riskier strat here. So as this, there he goes, that bullet comes flying off, those big mamas do a lot of damage to you. So if you take a knockback from the bullet, you can pass through him with your invulnerability frame still up and save yourself quite a bit of time.
And then one other thing about this game is, I guess people aren't familiar with Mega Man 8, but your weapons don't refill between lives, and they don't refill between Wily stages. So any death in the Wily stages is extremely costly because this game is routed to just make the most of absolutely all your weapon energy, and you really have none to spare. So any single death on this is just going to be not just the death from the time loss, but losing that weapon energy is
It's brutal.
It's rough.
This screen, you can see the tornado blow is just a beast of a weapon. This is so much quicker than any other method that you can use.
Clears enemies and projectiles, which makes it incredibly useful.
Yeah, as a Mega Man, you can get through that with a Laser Trident, which is a very tough but slightly faster strat. But with Proto Man's slide, you'd rather just throw off the single T-blow and get back to sliding.
So coming up for the Blacktastic here is the Twin Devil. And this boss is going to look a little more difficult than it really is because the pattern of the blobs are actually the same every single time. Ideally, what he's going to try to go for is something called the one cycle, which you're going to see him attempt here.
It is as hard as it looks.
Yeah, this is incredibly difficult.
And it's made even more difficult with Proto's lower buster, which maybe difficult isn't the right word, but it's definitely different from how Mega Man does it, because getting the final hit on him...
Got it!
It's really tricky. You need to buffer your jump before that if you actually want to make it in time with Proto.
So
fantastic
you could
fight
see
from
that Blacktastic was pausing, and he was doing that in order to be able to actually hit the Block Devil once again with the Black Hole Bomb. So he puts it in the correct position because while the blob is actually formed around the eye, you can't do damage to it, and so you have to wait, throw the Black Hole Bomb, and pause in order to be able to actually cause more damage. If you just leave the Black Hole Bomb there, you can't actually throw it again.
Yeah, so you just pause to cancel it, then you throw another one, which will do damage, and you just keep kind of following it. It may seem simple, but it is very, very tricky. Even Mega Man, where it's easier to do, it's very easy to miss as Mega Man.
After that amazing boss kill, it seems like an opportune time to read this donation from an annihilator saying, had to donate to wish the Blacktastic best of luck in the race. You got this, buddy. That donation was for $300.
Wow. All right, so you can see that we're back at the refights here with Blacktastic, and Galaxy Man is deciding to beat Galaxy Man. And if he hangs out on top of the screen, there's nothing you can really do but wait for him to go down.
Yeah, the refights are basically exactly the same, with the exception of the first Robot Master they did, which is Tornado. So they'll just be plug balling them up.
So while Bobby's doing the refights, one of the donation incentives right now, I believe, are the Mega Man coasters provided by Dan, God of Thunder. I don't know how well they're going to show up on stream, but he's asked me to hold them here. Let you guys take them up.
These are really cool.
Yeah, these are really well done. They're spectacular.
Yeah,
you got Proto Man.
Quality.
You got Mega Man, Dr. Light.
And here we have Forte.
And Forte or Bass in America.
Or Bass in Mega Man 8.
Not a fan of this, man.
So Slurpee now going for the one cycle against Twin Devil.
Time for donations during the refights.
Great. And I know that we're going to see a ton of applause coming. Oh, I'm going to wait. Let's see if he gets this.
Oh. Yeah, this trick is just really rough. The final few hits are just... The window for them is really small.
And with the lowered buster, as was mentioned previously, your Black Hole Bomb is actually a little bit lower on Proto Man. So that last few hits where the eye is going up into the blob, you have to really time that. And he was so close.
Yeah, and I guess just before the final gauntlet, just once again want to give a shout out to all the people who've run Proto 9. So me, D-Pad, Slurpee, Black, Agwaloff for just being the OG runner for this, Robo Ridley for helping out so much with finding new strats, and a big shout out to the Doki squad. So here's a big Cupirapa for all of you.
And since they're doing refights, more donations.
Sure, yeah. Some Guy 15 donates $200. Hey folks, just some guy donating to give a quick shout out to Big John for helping get a couple runners to the event. Good luck to both Blacktastic and Slurpee in the race. And thanks to everyone for donating to such a great cause.
Yeah, and coming up, this is the Wily machine has 2 forms and then Capsule. This first form, you can't deal damage to it normally, but you have to break the eggs on its face. But with Trident, one of the reasons why it's so good is you can just keep on ricocheting the egg against its face, because normally you need to do multiple hits against the face to actually have the egg break.
You can get up to 3 hits with a single Trident shot if it's placed correctly.
And the Trident has a wider hitbox because if you buster it, it's much, much harder to position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Trident just being a little wider makes it a bit easier for Proto Man, but easy is... There's no such thing as easy in Proto 9.
Not in this game.
On the final phase, he uses probably some of the
worst
hardest weapons to use.
This is the hardest fight right here in the game, and it's the most RNG dependent.
So the thing about this fight is that he could literally never be able to hit him. The RNG here, and when we're talking about RNG, we're just talking basically about the randomness of the game. And so Wily could just stay on top of the screen where he's not able to get
Time
hit.
is on the final hit.
Time for Bobbeigh.
Wow, what a fantastic run. Just getting deathless. What was the time? Because just getting deathless is hard. That was a real. Oh, wait, he had a death?
He had one death. But still, great run.
That was a fantastic marathon run for Proto 9. Not even a marathon run. That was just a really good run.
What's that? 32-29. Great.
Still a 32. That's fantastic.
Slurpee getting the God Tornado.
Okay to read some donations as we finish it up?
Absolutely.
Great. Ribs22 donates $50. Love watching AGDQ year after year and was incredibly pumped to see that my bro man, Blacktastic, was selected to run Mega Man 9. Keep repping that Cleveland gaming scene and making us proud, even though I can body you in any game. Stay free. This $50 is for Black's choice. How Tall It Would donates $75. Gotta donate during the best run of the event. Shout out to the whole Mega Man 9 crew for inspiring me to try to run the best game around. Best of luck to Slurpee and Blacktastic in the race.
Oh, and I guess if I can add one thing, I just noticed it now, but Slurpee actually does a slightly different boss order. The movement throughout the room is slower, but Slurpee spent a long time routing out that order because it minimizes the number of weapon switches you need to make, just because you waste time on the menu actually going between all the weapons. So that's like a really interesting thing about this game that probably it's not super obvious, but it's really cool.
By the way, if you guys do want to say that the Wily Capsule music is the best theme in the game, I won't, judge you for it. That's great too.
Everyone can have their own opinion, even if it's wrong.
Wily 2 is the best answer, you know that.
Objectively.
I think it's Wily 3. Okay.
We're the robots.
We are robots.
So it wasn't talked about when Blacktastic was doing this, but Slurpee's actually manipulating the flames that were coming out of that second phase of his mouth by jumping. And then that magma bazooka shot is just to get a little bit more in there. Let's see if we get the God pattern for him.
Yeah, but one reason why the E-Tank was picked up in Plug is because just to look at how much damage Slurpee is taking, so that is your only leeway throughout the entire run. If you take more damage than that, well, tough luck, you're dead.
It's your safety strat right there.
Yep, he's being wily.
Yeah.
This game is really good, by the way.
Time.
All right, so, dude, great job from both of those runners. This game is really hard. Yo, double bump.
Good job, dude.